Welcome back, everyone. This is Richard Rowland here, and I am joined once again by my lovely, confident, charismatic, intelligent, dexterous, and constitutional gaming companions here. We have Ben Feehan, my wife Sophia, and then my brother Arthur and my sister Hope. We may have PJ rejoining us later tonight for this second part of the adventure, but he had to work late, so we'll see. So we are continuing on with our prologue to the Midnight War. If you haven't watched the first one of these, then I recommend that you check it out. There'll be a link down in the doobly-doo, as they say. So I recommend that you check that out and watch it, because we're going to be jumping back in tonight with pretty much just a minimal recap. And yeah, so with that said, I would like to welcome you all to the prologue to the Midnight War, Part 2. When last we left our heroes, our companions, in fact, the original group, adventuring party for the World Under Starlight, minus one or two companions who had been replaced over the course of the years, had all come out of retirement, reunited apparently coincidentally in the Leopard Isles for one last caper, so to speak. Our characters are Vanara, played by Hope. Vanara was a court scribe and also married to a beautiful woman, Talaria, the sister of Tinglebur, played by Ben. And Vanara had been working at court under the tutelage of Nurkor, the chief scribe, and he had been tasked with coming to the Leopard Isles to attempt to stop the assassination of the abbess Mother Zishune of the convent of the Ram of Dawn. An assassination which actually another member of the party, Tanarendal, played by PJ, who's absent tonight, had been commissioned to carry out, unbeknownst, of course, to Vanara. Tanglebur, the outlaw, in the meantime, played by Ben, has spent the time with his wife, Thorinrai, and his stepson, her son Clorbaim, leading a resistance in the Leopard Isles. And it is a somewhat interesting resistance, because it is actually a two-pronged resistance. That is a war on two fronts between on the one hand, the storytellers, essentially the secret police of Senkenkar, who are attempting to reinforce Anwei's claim to the throne in the region, and then of course the Prince of Midnight. The Prince of Midnight being this enigmatic and strange, charismatic political and spiritual leader who everyone seems to know, but nobody seems to have ever met. And the Prince of Midnight has a connection to Thorinrai, Tanglebur's wife, and actually made an attempt in our previous prologue adventure, made an attempt to send several adventurers on a mission to kill Tanglebur and rescue his son. In the meantime, we have Rayana, the spear maiden of the Red Isle. This one-eyed spear maiden had spent her entire life in the north in service of the ultimate quest of trying to find the true king, the lost Prince Galal, and bring him back to the kingdom. And as we found out, she succeeded in doing so. However, the lost king was had gone mad, broken by his years in the mines of torment. And in order to restore his health and sanity, according to Rinsos, the chief scholar of the Red Isle and something of a mystic, they need to find and bring back to the prince the 5 tokens of rule, which are used in the crowning of a king of Amboria, and which were not actually used in the crowning of King Anwe, which is one reason that there are many people who doubt his legitimacy. And finally, Anaris. Anaris, played by Arthur, our spear maiden, march warden, who after her adventures with the rest of the party went back to her old life of fighting the giants, the Kodihan, along the western edge of the kingdom. However, she found no joy or solace in this, and finally, driven by a desire which she herself did not fully understand, she has come back to the Leopard Isles in search of her old friends, and in particular, Tanglebur. Anaris is, of course, also the sister of Vanara, our court scribe. So our companions meeting back, adopted sister. Anyway, our companions meeting back in the in Dlafki e Clorbaim, which is the capital city of the Leopard Isles. They were able to get in touch with each other using essentially old protocols, signs, symbols left in certain places, things known to themselves. They're able to meet up at a circus outside of town, a circus known as the Circus of the Damned. They meet up at the circus where Tanglebur has many contacts, including Arpesh, a very interesting circus performer and ringmaster. And the party meet up, compare their stories, in which several of them largely buried the lead on what they were there for and why they had actually come to the city. But in the end, they decide that there are many things they have to do, one of which is that they will have to set out for the convent of the Ram of Dawn to either protect Mother Zishune or at least warn her that there may be assassins coming. It's not entirely clear. So that's where we're going to pick up tonight. What are you guys doing, and how are you doing it?
Could you refresh me on the time of day?
I think that we established that by the time you would be getting to the convent, it would be late afternoon or early evening, probably right about the time of the opening of the book.
Are we?
The book, is that a service of some sort?
Yes.
Are we assuming that Tenerendal's traveling along with us?
We can assume that. Just for people out there who don't know, typically speaking, if I have a player that's absent, we say the player is tagging along, but we don't use the player, in combat or anything else like that skill-wise. Basically, if you reach out to one of the other players, you ask them to proxy your character, they can do so. But if you do that, you'll have to also accept the possibility your character may die in a session while you're absent. So most people decide just not to use the character, and thus the party is deprived of the benefit of their presence. So,
I'm partly wondering because since his job is to kill her, if we're just marching in there in broad daylight and he's clearly, not armed, then that could send immediate warning bells back to the one who sent him, because obviously he's not doing the thing that he's supposed to be doing. So I guess to the party.
Well, I mean, you don't actually have to be, clearly wielding a broad axe in order to actually assassinate someone. So it could be that he's in fact infiltrating and has other plans.
if you want to leave him back at the circus or somewhere else in town, you may certainly do so.
I prefer poison and knives to assassinate people anyways, my personal preference. So
I have a feeling he'd be more straightforward, but anyway, so I'm just saying that before we actually show up there, because if his wife dies because of this, that would be a bummer.
Indeed.
So do y'all think that he should stay back?
I don't think it would hurt, especially since PJ's not here to say.
Right. If he was here to have a conversation with her, then that would be interesting. enough to put his wife in danger.
Yeah.
But maybe since he's not here, we just have him keeping watch back at wherever we're staying or something, some secret place.
Is it gonna raise too many alarms though if us being the group that we are all go see her together? Would it be better just
I was kind of wondering that if Inari should maybe just go by herself and
But again, being the group that we are, we know her. Like it would not be unusual to see us
What about
visiting the abbess.
yeah, we can all go. That's fine.
let's do it.
All right, so Tenorindel will stay back at the circus, and the rest of you will head to the convent. Okay.
Well, we have pre-established meetings, with him, like how to get a hold of us if we don't come back or whatever.
He can tell us when Apesha's network produces something.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. You head back into town as the sun begins to turn the sea blood red to the west as it moves down towards the bottom of the horizon. It's currently the 17th day of the month of Ibram, I believe. I actually had a calendar that I was using to keep up with the time in this campaign, and I have mislaid it. So I'm going off of memory from last session, and if I need to correct this later, I will. But I believe it's currently the 17th day of the month of Ibram. Now, what this means is that you're still in the midst of the fast of Ibram. For people who don't know, in Amborian culture, there are fasts, some of them short, some of them quite long, preceding each one of the feasts of the year. These feasts are tied to both the agricultural and also kind of the mythic cycle of the Amborai. And this feast, the Feast of Ibram, is held in the fall, kind of at the beginning of held in winter. Yeah, it's the held in winter, kind of right at the beginning of the season of winter. And it's a well-known feast to our party here, as they have actually, I believe you met Thorin Rai on the Feast of Ibram once in Senkankar long ago. You may remember that there are trumpets. One of the features of the feast after the more serious ceremonies, there is a sounding of a trumpet in the town square, calling the Ram of Dawn back towards Earth. Additionally, this is being the feast of the Ram of Dawn, Ibram, the Ram of Dawn. It's also the titular feast of the convent of the Ram of Dawn, and as such, although it is a time of fasting and society is significantly quieter, at least by the standards of the Leopard Isles, than it would normally be, there are already preparations underway for the celebration of the feast 2 days out. As a result, when you arrive kind of at the guest house, which is kind of the first port of call for any visitors to the convent, it's probably a good 20 minutes before anybody notices actually that you're here and that you're new, and comes over to speak to you. Please forgive me. The preparations for the feast have kept us rather preoccupied. How can I be of service to you?
We're here to speak to the obvious
Mother Superior.
Yes. I don't remember her name.
I see. And do you this is like a very young acolyte, nobody you recognize, but she clearly is sort of feeling trying to seem as important as possible, let's say. And I'm sorry, do you have an appointment with the Mother Superior?
I think she will want to see us.
Uh-huh.
Tell her that. I guess we don't have a group name. But tell her that Tangleba and Honoris and Rayana and Venera, my brother, that we are here to see her, and she will know who we are.
She looks. I see. Please wait here a moment.
At some point, they should hire someone who actually recognizes us. We've done this whole "do you have an appointment" thing at least 3 or 4 times in recent memory.
She bustles off and comes back a few minutes later with somebody a little older. I'm sorry. South and I here said that you were wanting to meet with the Mother Superior, but that you didn't have an appointment. I'm sure you understand, under the circumstances, why this is a very busy time for us. But if you are in need of spiritual guidance, there are several of the sisters here who would be quite happy to meet and speak with you.
We appreciate that it is busy and your offer of spiritual guidance, but that's not what we need. We need to talk to the Mother Superior, and we do need to talk to her tonight.
In regards to her personal security.
I see, and you're with the
We are her friends, and she has offered myself and my son and my wife refuge in the very recent past.
Give me an influence roll, Ben.
All right. You want me to do this with an actual dice?
What is your influence?
Let me find out.
Mine is 70. I wish.
Okay. Mine is. Oh my gosh. Mine's 45. I don't influenced by my force of personality.
Roll those bones.
Jeez. I do record. That is, however, 27 under 45.
Nice. Given you asylum, you say. What did you say your name was?
Tinglebur of the Road, or the Outlaw, I suppose, is more commonly known on the islands.
When you say the name Tanglebur, her eyes flit down and look at both of your hands.
Yes. One of them is silver.
I see. You're that Tanglebur. Well, and she kind of like smacks the younger girl a little lightly across the side of the head. Why didn't you say so?
Right. It's part of our greeting ritual now.
It sure is handy that you have that silver hand so that people actually know who you are.
We should really just call you Tanglebur the Silver-Handed instead of Tanglebur of the Road or Tanglebur the Outlaw.
Tanglebur Silverhand is actually what most people call him. Ben just forgot that in the moment.
Maybe I don't call myself that.
Fair enough.
Not that it matters. That's not how it works.
We're just having a conversation while they're staring.
Yes.
And they're like, yes, we did call you that.
Well, if you follow me then. As you go along down the corridor, the sister walking with you says, yes, you'll have to forgive Thouth and I. She's new, and she's well, I mean, of course we've all heard of you, but most of us haven't seen you before. I mean, coming to the convent in broad daylight. I mean, this is what's very unlike you, if you don't mind my saying so.
I do have a quick question. How new is the acolyte, and have you had any new entrances recently in recent, unexpected visitors except for us?
Well, I mean, that's hard to answer. The convent of the Realm of Dawn does extensive charity work, and we have as well, we are one of the safer places for more pious travelers to stay, as opposed to the various hostels and brothels in town. So I would say there are probably on the grounds right now, perhaps 30 or 40 visitors. But yes, we have had a few new acolytes recently as well.
And they would be able to have easy access to the Mother Superior.
Rayana kind of taps, like a warning tap, but
You said you were here about her security. Is there something we should know?
No, I was just inquiring.
I see. Well, I mean, to answer your question, no, for the most part, as you yourself have experienced, we try to protect the Mother Superior's time by keeping pilgrims and visitors who don't have any business speaking to her, directing them to some of the other elder sisters. But as for the acolytes, of course, they would have access. She has their teaching and care as one of her primary duties, and there are always two of them assigned to serve in her chamber.
Well, thank you. For the inner workings are always very interesting to those of us who are not blessed with well, not so much a solitary life, but the life of prayer.
Yes. I found that people tend to be very interested about how we live our lives. Although, truth be told, it's a lot of rhythm. One could say we are quite predictable people.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of rhythm.
And eventually you arrive at a house. It's really not it's there within the walls of the convent. It is of the same kind of very old red and white stone construction with kind of bright blue water stones placed all throughout. It's a very beautiful building. It's not really much in fact, it's quite smaller than some of the other buildings here, but it's very old and very well cared for. There's a really beautiful garden flowering out front, and actually in the garden you see an older kind of heavy-set woman working, and she stands up, dirt on her hands, and kind of like rubs her forehead with the back of her arm. You see that this is in fact Mother Zishune. Mother Zishune, please forgive me. You have some visitors. And she turns, and her eyes at first kind of brighten, and then her brow furrows into a frown. And she says, Tengelber, I had not thought to see you here.
Well, I don't suppose I had quite thought to see myself here, but we come bearing news, and which I think you will find interesting.
Do tell.
Well,
or perhaps inside would be better. I need to
just
wash
that.
up. She kind of looks up at the sky. Would you normally this time of day I would wash up and go to the opening of the book at the shrine, but if your business is urgent, perhaps we can speak beforehand.
Well, it is urgent. I don't know if it's that urgent, but will you be missed?
Well, yes, but there are certainly plenty of people here who can go on without me. Come in.
All right.
Kindly, let the other sisters know to begin without me. I have pressing business for the convent tonight. Yes, Mother. And she kind of takes another look at you, Tanglebur, and then leaves. Mother Zishune takes you into her house where another one of the acolytes of a similar age to the one that who had met you at the gate brings you a small repast, several small kind of puffy cakes with a sort of, I mean, they're not it's not exactly like a cheese Danish, but it's that kind of a thing. But it's whereas but it's a puffy cake basically with a Dana with a creamed cheese filling that's like a little sour. And this is one of the local specialties of the convent. So she brings you these, and then just a glass of there's actually a pitcher of tea, as well as a small carafe of warm rice wine.
Is your numbers here at the convent growing? Seems there's many new faces.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose so. I mean, there are several new acolytes, myself included, of course. It's a great privilege for me to wait on the Mother Superior, actually. But yes, I would say, in these uncertain times, the Mother says people turn to prayer who wouldn't do it normally. She says that's why you come.
Well, perhaps she's not wrong.
I shouldn't have said that, should I? I'm sorry. Just well, I'm new to all of this actually, and the robes, they don't.
I would like to do like a perception roll
I
on
feel.
No.
What are you looking for?
to see if she's. I don't know. Is there a role to see if she's got ulterior motives, or just to see if she's like hiding any kind of weaponry on her, or just like to see that she's a person who shouldn't be wearing what she's wearing?
Give me a perception test.
See what my perception is. Maybe this was a bad. Okay, it's not bad. All right, I got I got a 2.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've rolled the D100. Yeah.
I mean,
200.
she seems shy. She seems a little awkward. The robes are definitely like new to her. And you can tell like these robes are the robes that she is wearing are probably older than her. Like this is a hand-me-down, probably a hand-me-down of a hand-me-down. And she's very young, and the robes are sort of like old and probably belong to some sister who had spent years at the convent, and she's new here, and you can tell that she's also a little you could say almost starstruck by the fact that Tanglebur is here. And she's just like kind of talking a lot and seems nervous, but you
I
don't
don't
get.
notice anything like scars or something that like an assassin who's like fought a bunch
She
of people.
doesn't have like any weird scars across her face. You don't see like the bulge of like knife blades or anything like that.
How rough are her hands? Can I like, are they just like, do they look like they haven't done much? Do they look like they've been in a fight before? Like,
I mean, her hands are definitely calloused.
does she have cauliflower ears?
She does not.
Okay.
So, you're an island girl from the archipelago?
Oh, yes, sir. I was a shepherd. I mean, a shepherdess. I mean, I worked on a sheep. I mean, with sheep, on a shepherd farm. I mean,
right. You had sheep
on a sheep pasture farm with the sheep and the goats, tending to them, sir.
Well, excellent. I suppose that prepared you for a life of contemplation.
A life of because there's not much to do. Yes, I suppose that is the case. I mean, I wasn't terribly good at it, to be totally honest. They sent me here because I was always contemplating and not contemplating the sheep, you see. They tended to wander, and I also wander. I mean, that is my mind sometimes goes places without me, much like my mouth, is what the Mother Superior says. I shouldn't have said that.
Fair enough. I assume by nature of your proximity to the Mother Superior, and are you her regular attendant?
One of the two. I trade off with one of the other girls. And we take shifts each month. But I mean, she and I don't take shifts each. I mean, that is to say that we are doing a month, and then at the end of this month, then somebody else will do it. I mean, actually, two other people. Two of the other acolytes. I mean,
And is she new here like you?
Oh, yes. Quite new, brand new. Yes. Although she's not from the islands. She's from a good family. Not a shepherd. Des. That is, I don't think she's ever, shepherded a sheep.
Is she from Senkenko?
Oh, I think she's probably spent some time in Senkenka. She has stories, and she's not supposed to have this, but she's a big trunk of perfumes and dress. I wasn't supposed to say that. But anyway, I wouldn't. But yes, of course, people come to the convent from all over. It's a very, very famous convent. So.
Right.
Avadi, are you boring our guests? Oh, probably. I'm so sorry, Mother. I didn't mean to prattle on. I've got to go shepherd the kitchen. I mean tend to the kitchen. So please excuse me. And she like bows too many times and kind of like bumps into the wall on her way out, and then sort of course corrects and kind of backs out into the kitchen. The mother shakes her head. Good help is so hard to find. A sweet girl, though. Very sweet and bright in her own way. She'll make a fine priestess one day. Well, my friends, please enjoy your repast and have a seat.
Right. So, my friend Tenirindel, if you recall, Northerner, man of the North, huntsman, bowyer, recently arrived in the islands and brought word that a certain Falconai, head of the storytellers, with whom I'm sure you are familiar, actually, given her tenure here in the islands,
of course,
has sent some people to kill you, for lack of a better way of putting it, perhaps. One of them being, of course, Tenirindel himself, hence the reason we know, and also his reason for not being here.
Are you saying that your friend has come to kill me?
He's not going to, but
Right.
they have his wife and will kill his wife if he doesn't. But he wouldn't have told us about it if he intended to go through with it. But he's not the only one. Vanera here was sent to warn you, not knowing about Tenirindel.
Yes, Nicole sent me from the Royal Library.
But didn't
old
Nokor?
Nokor.
Well, either Nokor or Tenirindel himself knows that there's another assassin as well, and we don't know the identity of that one.
Nicole warned me that there were two assassins and sent me here to warn you and to, if possible, stop them.
And Nokor, is he still chasing phantoms and lost princes and so forth?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the warning. I shall be sure to keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Well, I do have one suggestion to possibly keep you safe.
I will become your newest acolyte and protect you at all times and not leave your side.
Really now? The last time you came to see me, you were a good bit larger, weren't you?
Yes, which, as I remember, you actually helped me quite a lot out on that. And as you can see, slimmed down. I fit back into my old clothes. No need to bring up the past. It is the past, however. And but a lot has changed, and I would be, if I did not try to protect you, I think I would very much regret that.
Well, that's a very kind offer, but I don't know that you'd be a good fit for life in the convent. You are a good deal older than most of the acolytes we bring in, for one thing.
Am I that old? How old am I?
I think you're probably in your 60s by now. It's been quite a while since the beginning of the campaign.
60s?
50s
Whoa, okay, wait. I forgot about Amborian age.
I think it's only been 6 years, right?
Oh,
It hasn't
no,
been
we're
that
in
long.
our late 40s. I have it on my character sheet. We were
Okay.
probably in our late 40s by now.
Which is middle age for Southbury at least. So yeah.
How
Sophie,
long was
Sophie,
it?
Sophie, you have an echo, so I'm gonna mute you when you're not talking, or you can unmute when you're talking. It's fine, but
I realize that, but it would only be temporary until we can figure out who this assassin is, and I would like to very much at least watch over anyone new who comes into the convent, and especially over any newer acolytes, and just to make sure that you're safe.
this is assuming, of course, that you are not the second assassin.
That is, of course, assuming that. But I mean,
The
I don't know,
lady South, the lady South and I has already compromised one member of your group.
Is there a proof that you could ask for to verify that?
If there is any oath under the sun that I may swear by, I would. I have no intention and no desire to harm you. And
Most curious wording, my girl. Faithful Amber, I do not swear oaths under the sun, although this convent bear his name. We swear our oaths under starlight.
sorry, there's a dimwit playing me.
It is little slips like this that I am afraid would raise suspicion if you were enrolled in the ranks of the acolytes. Although there is a part of me, a girlish part of me, which is never managed quite to die, that does like the idea of the hijinks which might be presented if you had to wear a dress for a few weeks. Why do the storytellers want to kill me? Other than the obvious reasons, of course, but I would think I was the least of their worries in the islands.
I believe if you were dead, it would serve their purposes of stirring up more trouble down here and having the different factions take each other out to save the storytellers from the trouble of coming down here and doing it personally.
There are, at present, only 3 factions. There are those who are loyal to King Otway, which are not many. pretty much only those who owe their fortunes to him to begin with. And there are those loyal to the Midnight Prince who would never do me harm. At least not as long as I have something the prince wants. And then there are the four of you. The Midnight
We'd like
Prince.
that we qualify as an entire faction between the four of us.
The Midnight Prince has also offered me his protection in exchange for certain supports which I can lend him. I know that you have no love for this man, Tinglebear.
I don't know that he has any great love for the islands when it comes down to it.
A curious thing to accuse a man who has named himself after the islands.
Easily done, but naming oneself after the islands, a name, what's in a name? Apparently, I'm known as Silverhand, which apparently has everything to do with the fact that I have a silver hand, and nothing to do with the fact that perhaps I may be generous or kind or in any way pure.
He is known as the Prince of Midnight. What do you make of that?
I think he likes to think that he is clever and secretive and seductive in his own way, and perhaps to be feared in such a way. I have met the man by way of I don't know exactly, dreaming drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Found him.
But you've never met him in person, have you?
Exactly. We have a plan to remedy that, of course, but in the meantime,
there are few who can say they have seen him face to face.
Are you among them?
I have seen more than he thinks. That is why I know why he calls himself what he calls himself, and why he acts as he does. There are two kinds of men in this world, Tenglever, Silverhand. Those who name themselves, and those who have names given to them. Most of us have names given to us by our parents, by our elders, by the king's will. But a few men think themselves greater than the world, greater than their parents, greater than the wisdom of those who came before them, greater even than the will of the king. And these name themselves. Do you know the story of the Prince of Midnight?
Only bits and pieces. Something along the lines of cloaks and given by the sea, and whoever kills him has to wear the cloak and becomes the new bits and pieces.
Oh, is that what he told you?
I don't recall him telling me this specifically, but as may not be surprising, my lover does not speak of him with any great affection or frequency.
Your lover? I thought you'd made an honest woman of Thorin Rye.
One can call their beloved, their spouse, their beloved.
Yes, well, just so. You see, this is the problem with naming yourself. You give yourself a name, and foolish and weak-minded people begin to believe it. And the tale grows in the telling. And yet, Tanglebur Silverhand, which perhaps they call you because the silver leaves your hands so easily. I've heard stories of your gambling exploits.
Oh, well, it's true. I may gamble, but I rarely win. Make
Well,
of that what you will.
If someone like you, or your friend Inaris here, were ever inclined to live a more penitent life, you might find yourself at the Holy Well on the feast of Anercanera.
Someone writing this down.
And then you would know the story. How Anercanera, the son of Oru Senna, came to these isles long ago before the first of days. And there he met the great panther, the king of shadows, the prince of midnight. On the isles a mighty monarch walked, not heeding man nor monster. Orcon's malice could not conquer native power of those isles, nor had any Trayan people safely landed there before their downfall. A king of shadows walked and hunted, the greatest panther under starlight. Panther, dread and keen in hunting, stalked the isles, battle-hungry. His coat was sleek, as black as midnight. Midnight some men named his sire. Leopard-like that hungry hunter crouches after morning's chariot, seeks the ram of dawn to slay him, as he will at the end of ages. The songs which we learn, Anaris, when we are yet 20 years of age, by heart, Anaris, by memory. Yes, and more than memory. These songs tell how Anercanera took a bone blade made from the spine of an ancient horror of the deep, and with it sought the son of midnight to his lair and gave him battle. They had a great battle ranging across the isles, and when it was ended, the weapon was thrust into the chest of the great cat and broke off within him, and he died. Then Anercanera took the skin of the panther and wore it. The cloak of kingship, the mantle of midnight, it is called in our songs. And he became the first king in these isles long before Senkan was crowned in Senkankar. Now, some will say that by rights, this makes the kingship of the Isles more ancient than the throne of Senkankar. And this is what our friend, the Midnight Prince, this is what he is banking on. A claim, if not exactly to divine origin, at least to antiquity. The problem is that he will require the mantle of midnight, the token of kingship of these isles, if he is to claim lordship over them, which would be his first step to claiming lordship of the lands around the sea. He has convinced a great many people to believe he has the mantle. But if he does, rather, why has he yet to reveal himself? Because we would know. Because I would know that this is a name he has given himself. For the mantle rests not with him.
Do you know where the mantle might be? Certainly he must be searching for it. If indeed he doesn't have it.
Oh, he is not searching for it. He is begging for it.
Is it in your possession?
The mantle has been kept in this convent for generations, except when it is needed for the coronation of a new king.
So the entire time that he has been plotting his schemes, you've known that he couldn't have been the true one if you had the mantle in your own possession.
Indeed, indeed. And yet, you may wonder why I have not publicly denounced him. Because it is wiser to wait and see what kind of man he was. What kind of men his enemies were. I have not yet decided whether I will back this so-called Prince of Midnight. But if I do, he will have to come here himself and make his case. I have no love for King Onway, as no doubt you know, having initiated a revolt against his rule myself. But I am loath to exchange one tyrant for another. A tyrant 100 miles away is one kind of problem. A tyrant in your own backyard. A tyrant who believes he is something more than a man. Who believes that he is a legend, a mystic. That is a whole different kind of problem.
Has Onway at any time attempted to get the mantle from you? He lacks any of the other tokens of kingship.
Many people have attempted to take the mantle.
Is that why that may be, I wonder, why the assassination attempt now?
Maybe you are right. Although, if I die, Onway is going to have a difficult time finding it.
And what if Norcor's ghosts, his jousting at dreams or whatever you said earlier, what if they ever became reality?
And Galala was found.
Stranger things have happened.
Then I would say we would be in a great deal of trouble.
Why?
The mantle is not here. It was taken.
By who? When?
Some months ago, it was stolen by two sisters who belonged to that sect, that northern heresy.
The
Which
Scarlet
is,
Sisters?
yes. They stole it and set forth on a ship, sailing north. But not all went for them as they hoped. They fell into bad company. They were taken by, I believe, by pirates.
The Nalshbori?
Perhaps them, perhaps the deep men. It is difficult to say. I know only that they did not reach their destination. And that the mantle lies north of here, still in the sea.
Only we had some Nyitbori.
Yes, if only. Well, so much for ghosts.
Well, at the very least, I think it would be best for me to remain with you. I realize I'm too old and too slow, and but I think it would be.
Just a second, guys.
I think we do.
All right,
Right,
sorry about
then-
that. So what I miss?
Nothing.
Well, if you absolutely insist on it, I will see that some quarters are made up for you on the grounds. I will tell the sisters that you are here to atone once again for some misdeed. What shall we say? What sort of exciting sins have you been up to, my daughter? Seize any more cursed treasure, or perhaps
No, I have turned a new leaf in my life, and I've mostly been on
she
the
kind of,
marches.
as you're talking, she kind of like reaches up and takes you by the ear and squints into your face. I've got just the sin for you. You, we shall say, are in love with the husband of another woman.
What? If
I think that's brilliant and perfect for her. How soon can we get her enrolled?
Not enrolled except among the ranks of the penitents, but we will make
and
a.
if when I am enrolled, may I still murder my brother? That's allowed.
Well, you know.
Anaris, this will be good for you.
I will see that arrangements are made. Will you be spending the night here?
Yes, I I would like to remain in your quarters at all time, if that is possible, so that I can protect you.
Very well. I'll ask one of the girls to make up a bed. Now then, is there anything else you wish to know? Or perhaps anything else you wish to tell me?
Is there anything else we're forgetting?
I would, if the cloak has gone missing, I would offer my services to help find it.
Does seem that should be a priority for any who bear loyalty to Pince's missing. Or perhaps just Amboria as is meant to be.
His return may only be a dream, but a great deal has. There has not been a day that I have not been searching for him these many years. And much in my own life has changed in the last year. I can see things, sometimes glimpses, as they ought to be, as they used to be, as they should have been.
Yes. I see that in you.
It isn't possible to put that, to bring all of that beauty into the world as it is now. But I see it sometimes and I ache for it. And in this task, perhaps I could bring it a little closer.
She reaches around her neck and pulls out a small kind of hinged pendant and hands it to you.
I take it and look at it.
When you pop it open, it appears to be you've seen one of these from a distance, that you've never touched one before. But you've seen like the Kothorlas traders bringing them as they pass through the Red Isles, using them to navigate their strange ships. This is it's a small, almost like a very, very small, shallow plate that fits in the palm of your hand. And there is a needle in it that always points the same direction, no matter which direction you move it. When the time comes, this will help you to find the mantle.
If I'm able to recover it, I do it for the missing prince, should he ever be found. Not for one who sets himself up to be a prince.
Be careful about how much confidence you place in ghosts, my dear. All of them were once men. Well, seems I'm to have a house guest, so if you'll excuse me, I will have to begin to make some arrangements. I I hope to see all of you again before too long.
I hope so as well. If there's anything that we can do for you, please, well, you'll know who to talk to.
Yes, I suspect it won't be too difficult to find her. All right. What are you guys doing?
Well,
Yes, I'm putting on a dress.
You do realize, Anaris, if you stay here, I mean, we do need to protect her. But if you stay here, you're not going to get to come with the rest of us on whatever midnight prank stuff we do.
I do, but it's also not the life of the Mother Superior important.
I mean, yes, but
before we go, Anaris, if I may be so bold, I feel that perhaps as before we leave the life of the Mother Superior in your hands and leave you to your own devices here in the convent, we know why everyone else is here. It seems only prudent, perhaps, that you at last disclose what draws you once again to the beloved Isles.
Well, after I made the whole mistake with the anvil, I decided it was time to go back to the marches. I was there for a while, took care of some skirmishes, got some glory, but it was never really satisfying because I had this deep feeling in me that I was one of these foundlings, or I can't, I don't remember the actual name for them. But so I went out on searching for my my real parents, and to learn more about these. And Richard, was it a priestess I went to, or like a hermit?
A hermit, actually.
So I went to a hermit, searching for answers, and all he could tell me was that my fate lied with you two,
Oh,
and that our fates were entwined, and that I must find you. So here I am.
well, fair enough. I mean, we do remember the dreams we've had, right?
Yes.
I mean, we knew this. Didn't he give you anything else?
That is all he said. He very much implied that I should find you, and that our fates were entwined. And I don't know what else or where else to go from there, but I thought the best start was to hop on a boat with my brother Venera, who happened to be going to see you, and to
Well,
give you a hand in whatever operation you have going on.
well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate your honesty. If I may ask, why didn't you simply mention this before?
I don't know. I don't like to mention certain things in front of my brother because then I get railed for it for the rest of my life. So
That is the privilege of siblings.
yes, I would have preferred to have divulged that to you in private and not in front of the whole group. But there we have it.
Again, it doesn't seem like new information to me that you and I are intertwined, though in what way or how that is meant to affect our fates, I don't can't say, and I don't hold a great deal of stock in it, so to speak. But well, I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate your willingness to remain here with the Mother Superior. Perhaps it shall reveal some further insight into your origins and fate.
Yes. I do give you my word that no harm will come to her while she's under my watch.
Well, I certainly hope that no harm comes to you either.
Well, I mean, so be it if it does. I'll just wake up in the next life, I guess. And I'm sure I'll see you there.
You know, at some point
That's
this
the great
has to
thing
stop.
about immortality, right?
Is that immortality? I don't. That sounds more like a curse. Never seeing the gates.
One man's curse is another man's blessing. So.
All right. Well, I certainly hope I don't see you there. Let me put it that way. All right. In that case, do we go shake down this storyteller that Ipesh identified, or what is our next step? Do we assume the storyteller that Ipesh told us of would have knowledge of?
I think it may be that we send someone about that. We've warned the priestess. We've even set a guard for the priestess. The reason for talking to the storyteller would be to find the other assassin, and it may be that other hands are more suited to that work.
Fair enough.
For my part, I would go after the mantle immediately.
Of course you would. So, to break down once again our objectives, we have 1, rescue Tenerindo's wife, or send someone to do that. That, I think, has been accomplished. Word has been sent. Our friends in the north should hopefully handle that. Stars willing. 2nd, provide protection for the Mother Superior, and also find this second assassin. We have Ipesh and his people about that business, and we have Anaris here to hopefully protect the Mother Superior from all harm. That leaves us simply, as I see it, 2 final objectives that we know. Being 1, to acquire the mantle, the cloak, and the other to dethrone, dispatch, and otherwise embarrass the Prince of Midnight. Now, I suppose, were I a more altruistic figure and character, then I suppose going after the cloak would be for the greater good. And I suppose it could serve to draw out...
If you have the cloak, where do you think that he is going to go?
Exactly. I was about to say, I think that could serve to draw out the prince quite well, actually.
And the Mother Superior indicated that it may be likely that the cloak is only the start. If he wishes to expand his grasp, then he will be looking for all of the things that I am also searching for. Eventually, starting with the mantle.
Well then, it seems that unless there's some other objection, Venera?
No, I'm fine going for the cloak.
Well, in that case, rather than engaging a squad of psychotic, heavily armed groupies, we will in fact go treasure hunting.
All right. So are you leaving Anaris here at the convent?
It seems so.
Anaris,
Yes.
if in your dream, or what you have learned, the reason you came, your fate is so entwined with that of Tinglebur here, why is it that you wish to stay here?
Well, I mean, out of duty, for one, to the Mother Superior, and to make sure she is safe.
What duty do you owe to her?
Well, I'm not fat anymore, so, I mean, it's a pretty big duty.
Obligation, perhaps.
And,
Wait a minute. Does this mean that Anaris is the biggest loser?
But I also think time in a convent might not be the worst thing for me. Maybe I can get things more straightened out, but yeah, if we have another way to make sure that the Mother Superior is safe, then I would definitely consider going with you.
Well, we certainly have people who, as she said, we are one of the factions. We have people who will help us.
So we can put one of the factions on protecting her? Is that one of the things we can do?
We can ask one of our factions to do anything. Now, all of the other factions will also be doing their things. So it just depends on where we want to put the emphasis.
Okay. Well, I don't mind going on the treasure hunting thing. I just really thought this was kind of an immediate thing that we really needed to do, was to take care of her. And I didn't know that that's one of the things our factions do.
I mean, basically, you guys get to decide. You've got basically the rest of the session to go after a goal, and then after that, you're going to be getting other people to do things for you. Which doesn't mean you won't still be involved in some way, but yeah, so you need to decide what do you want to do as a group, or you can split up. But if you decide you're staying, then you won't be able to go on the treasure hunt.
So is that the plan? Is that where the group wants to go, instead of spending the rest of the session to just find the assassin and take them out? Do we want to go?
I think if that actually could be a task we could delegate. Once we have some information, have somebody shake down. I mean, it seems like if I were running an adventure, that would be an excellent one. We've got some leads, you've got some interesting NPCs, and then you have to hunt down an unknown assassin. So I think we can probably leave that to whatever group we have available to us. So we have one group that is going to hopefully help Tanglebur's family. We have another group that is hopefully going, not Tanglebur, Tenderindle's family. Another group that is hunting down this assassin. Theoretically, there could be a third group that we send after the cloak. And that's their quest, is that they actually go and find this cloak. I mean, if we collected a bunch of water breathers, that seems like it could be an ideal sort of little band of underwater heroes. And who might actually be better suited to it than we are.
Well, we have
the compass.
Yeah, we have the compass, but also if you're wanting a group to be finding the Midnight Prince, I mean, I guess if we have the cloak, the prince comes to us.
Right.
But also each move that we make, each faction gets a move, and then the board resets. Basically, like with whatever's changed, and then each faction gets a move. So it's also time sensitive. So if we have our first group go after the assassin, then the priestesses group and the Prince of Midnight's group also gets a move, and then that time elapses, and then we get a second move. And I think Richard said that the second move would be rescuing Tenerendel's wife just because of travel time. Like the group wouldn't get there. So on that move, we wouldn't have that round, the second round, we wouldn't really have a move on the island because our group would instead be rescuing Tenerendel's wife. And then
you don't have to rescue Tenerendel's wife.
And then the third round, and whatever relics are recovered by whoever is after them, like that could happen in any round depending on how quickly you get to them or they get to them. So
do we have a reason to believe that the Prince of Midnight is, well, I guess we obviously know he's probably also going after this thing.
He'd have to be.
Yeah.
Unless he doesn't realize that it's not in the convent. But I think he's not, from what the way that she said it, assuming she was telling the truth, it sounds like he might not be sure if it's there or not, but he thinks it may be in the convent. But also, I don't know why the Scarlet Sisters stole it like 2 months ago. Like, were they hired by him and then they fled to the north? What was up with them? What was their thing?
Could be they were trying to actually turn the Midnight Prince into, or legitimize him. I mean, they did have some sort of relationship with him. All right. Well, I mean, it seems like the thing we need to do then is to go after this cloak. Keep it in-house, as it were. And then will we have an opportunity to discuss and figure out what our third move is then, Richard?
Yeah, I'll update you guys between each wave.
Okay.
However, I mean, you can also, before you set out, you can basically leave word for what you would like at the circus, for what you would like your agents to be doing in the meantime.
Well, absolutely, we'll do that. That basically find, capture, and if necessary, kill the assassin sent by Thalfanai. And I assume eliminate. Yeesh. This makes it sound pretty cold-blooded. Otherwise, remove the the agents, the storytellers that have set up shop here on the island.
So if Inaris were to stay, then she would essentially be the one telling the groups what to do, like the basic Would that be an
Possibly
NPC?
Tanya Rindell.
Or Tenerendel. Yeah.
I mean, Tengelberg was an NPC theoretically in one of the previous missions, so it would make sense that, I mean, we could also theoretically get Thornride to probably handle some of these
also true
coordination tasks because this is actually her jam.
Well, Arthur, what do you want Inaris doing?
I mean, I'm down to do whatever with the group. I don't know. I really want to get back on my horse and spear some people. It's been a while. I want some combat. I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping for the assassin. Is there might be some combat.
I see. Okay.
I mean, I
don't know how the assassin's going to go about it. So
you can certainly just wait here and see if something happens. I'll let you know.
True. You might end up being the final boss for one of the other groups.
That'd be pretty dope. So I don't want to die.
It'd be a good way to go.
Well, well, yeah.
Defending the Mother Superior might actually be, enough to get you off the hook for another go round. So
that's true.
Might be a good way to die.
So what are y'all wanting to do?
I think at least some of us. I mean, here's the thing. If this thing is on a shipwreck at the bottom of the ocean, I don't necessarily know that our people us in this circle are even going to actually be able to retrieve the cloak, right?
Well, I can breathe underwater.
Okay, so we throw you overboard. That makes sense. Um, um, okay, so we have at least one water
That's
breather.
what we see.
We also, I know from having made a bajillion characters this weekend that we have at least 3 or 4, if not more, that can breathe underwater as well. That would be an easy excuse for having them pulled together because we need a specific batch of ne'er-do-wells who can breathe underwater to recover something for us.
So the other thing that I wonder as far as this game setup is if we did split the party, would our characters just be NPCs in it? Like if Rayana wanted to just head after the cloak, but maybe, like if we split up, would we just be NPCs in the thing? In the other, like with whatever faction, like wherever we sent them?
Yeah, possibly.
One other risk factor that I'm wondering about here is we have the Prince of Midnight's groupies who are apparently heavily armed and fanatically loyal. Are we going to trigger them, for lack of a better way of putting it, if the Prince of Midnight realizes what we're up to? Do we need to have more of us potentially in town should they decide to come for the cloak, to come for the Mother Superior? Should they decide to...
Well, I think they're trying. I mean, if he's not sure if the cloak's there or not, he's trying to be on her good side right now, is what she said.
Okay, but what if he decides that's no longer his most expedient policy?
I think we have to go with whatever seems most likely. Like if that seems more likely, if I were in his shoes and didn't have, firm information. Okay, yeah. If I were in his seat and didn't have firm information that the cloak wasn't there, then I'd want to stay on her good side just in case, while also looking for the cloak.
Okay. All right. So we feel like we can trust that he's not going to unleash, cry havoc and unleash the cats of war.
And also the Mother Superior has her own faction. Like it's not like she is unable
without
to
defense. You're right. Yeah, there were definitely people who
whole
rallied.
I mean, you have to have an appointment for one thing.
All right. Well, in that case, all right. I accept the reasoning and logic. Let us pursue an ancient cloak from the dawn of the kingdom and the founding of the Isles.
All right. Anaris?
Sorry, Mother Superior. Stop making the bed for me.
Change your mind.
Adari, the acolyte you've been talking to earlier, comes out with like several pillows tucked under one arm. I'm sorry, did you say something?
There will be someone else coming momentarily to relieve me of my position.
Oh no. You got sacked.
Yes, I did not make it. I'm not penitential enough for this kind of life, and
I've seen this sort of thing happen before.
I was
often,
very
actually,
zealous going
most
in,
of the
and
girls
I just realized it's not for me.
It's a little faster for you than usual, but it's better. It's better that you figure it out now before you
Near
get too
50,
deep.
girl. I'm near 50. I mean, I'm too old to be making this sort of life decision right now. I should have made this 20 years ago.
You should have been married by now.
Look, I've heard it from my mother. I've heard it from my brother. I've heard it from my father.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know
My
what
friends.
helps? Do you know what helps with this?
I'm sure some perfume. I don't know.
Needlepoint.
Yes.
It's I hear this is what the noble young men, they love needlepoint. Obviously, I never did much needlepoint because I was always sheeping the keep.
This is the thing.
Keeping the sheep, but
I don't even know what needlepoint is. So
well, that's
She
I
prefers to
know
do her
it's
needlepoint on horseback
I
at
know
high
what
speeds.
spear points is.
I will pray for you, my friend. I'm very sorry. But it's better you figure this out now. I hope that the young man that you're so fond of, that he'll come around in the end.
I'm perfect. I'm fine. I'm okay.
Oh yes, all of the girls who leave here suddenly are fine. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to say that. I'm sorry. All right, well, so you won't be needing the bed then.
No, but we will be sending someone else, right, guys?
Right.
All right, well, thank you very much. I mean, you're welcome, or I, I'm not sure what the right thing to say in this circumstances, but I will pray for you, my friend.
Thank
Pretty hopeless case, that one.
you.
Right. Well,
Okay, so what are you doing?
I guess we're going after a shipwreck.
All right.
Do you still have the venture capitalism 3?
I guess I do.
All right. Are you making any other stops? Making any
Yeah,
other preparations
I think
before you
I
go?
need to send word to my wife.
Okay.
Let her know what we've been up to, what we've discovered, and also,
Make contact with Tenerindal
yes,
and also leave instructions at the Circus of the Damned. Damned? Doomed?
Damned.
damned.
Okay, I thought it was.
So yes, let's put them all the above. So talk to Thorn, send a missive to Thornrai, describing where we're going, what we're doing.
A very safe missive? Are you putting this in writing? No, you are not putting this in writing, right?
No.
No.
Does
The
anyone
one-
have any birds?
You can I mean, you can get word to her through people at the circus.
Okay, all right. I will send word to my people at the circus.
Trusted people, no details. Not too many details.
After sending that one detailed letter back to my mother, and then they got, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm never doing that again. So,
Yep.
The party
Writing
learns the hard way about signals intelligence.
I got blackmailed into something.
All right, so you guys head back to the Circus of the Damned to pass on any information you need to leave for Thorinrai. I assume you and Thorinrai have a little code you worked out between each other,
Of
at least
course.
for kind of like short messages. You're echoing again, Soph.
Absolutely.
There's also and then yeah, as you get back, you go looking for Tenerendel, and you see Arpesh coming running towards you, from the other side of like the big tent. Oh, Arpesh's friend, you have finally arrived. Oh, Arpesh has been looking all over town for you. I only just found out that you had gone to, or Arpesh only just found out you had gone to the convent. Arpesh would never think to look there for obvious reasons.
Well, friends in high and low places, my friend.
Yes, well, mostly friends in missing places right now. You must come quickly.
Oh no. All right. Who's missing?
He takes you back to the tent where Tenerindal had been staying.
Oh, that stupid bastard.
Tenerindal is not here. his weapons and armor are still lying where they were left. There are 2 cups of wine sitting on a little table in the middle of the room next to the couch.
I pick one up and
give me a perception roll.
All right.
So one of the cups is toppled and has spilled,
Okay.
and the other one is just sitting there.
All right. 65 is my perception. I got a 64.
Nice. Which of the cups are you examining?
I guess the one that there's any fluid in it. I'm mostly looking to see if I might pick up a scent of the odor used to, of the drug used to contact the Prince of Midnight.
The cup that you pick, the first cup that you pick up, doesn't have anything sketchy about it. However, the wine that spilled out on the table has a very bitter, distinct bitter taste and a strange odor to it. It is clearly some kind of a drug. You're not sure if it's the same one or not. It's been quite some time since you contacted the Midnight Prince in that way.
So he's clearly been taken. Well then, Arpesh, none of your people saw anybody visiting our friend here coming or going? Nobody at all?
I would not say that nobody saw anything. I mean, Arpesh believes somebody certainly saw something. Someone always sees something.
I press some coins into his hand.
Oh, you are too kind, but please, this is a matter of honor for Arpesh. As I was saying, someone is always seeing something, and in this case, I talked to a couple of my girls who saw something.
Right. And what did they see?
Yes, they saw 2 knights come in.
Oh no.
One of them wore the cloak of the leopard skin. The other was richly dressed, but not from these parts. Perhaps from the mainland, from Senkankar, I think.
The 2 of them working together.
Tenarandal, he seemed to know them both. He called for some wine. One of my girls, she brings it in. She hears them talking about some ships, some business, some cloaks, I think. And then half an hour later, I come to see who these visitors are, because Arpesh is always keeping his ear to the ground and his eye to the wind and his nose to the grindstone for you, Tengelbar. And
with my thanks.
And when I come, I find this room as it is. Arpesh touches nothing, and he tells no one.
Can I see if he seems to be telling the truth or not?
Sure, give me a perception roll.
50 under 68, and that is auspicious if that changes anything.
Yeah, no, seems to be telling the truth.
So, if he had 2 visitors, why are there only 2? Why are there only 2 wine cups?
That is a very good question. Arpesh does not know. This is simply what he finds. Maybe there was a 3rd cup. No, because the girl said she only poured 2 glasses. The 3rd man, he did not want to drink.
Which one was it?
It was the strange, the foreigner.
You described those who work with Onway as being exceptionally sober people.
Yes, Arpesh does not trust sobriety.
Did this man seem to be exceptionally sober? Under the circumstances, perhaps, but otherwise?
Not like these so-called storytellers. He was,
Sounds as if he might have been a leopard knight.
Well, the other one sounded like a leopard knight.
there was one leopard knight. The
The
other
leopard-
man, though, he was from the, maybe he was, what do you call them? The guard.
The guard.
Yes, the Orun of Yauteth. The king's guard.
Ah,
The girl, she did not see any rank or insignia, but maybe she did not know what to look for. If Arpesh had seen them, now Arpesh, he's a man of the world. He knows many things, and you can believe Arpesh has always been able to recognize guards on sight. I can tell you this much.
well, thank you for the information. And it's been how long since he disappeared?
No more than half an hour.
All right.
If you need more information, Arpesh can ask around town. Put his ear to the ground, his nose to the grindstone, his finger to the wind.
Whatever information you can find would be helpful.
And of course, I've already told you where the chapter house of
Yes.
these knights are. Arpesh is very sorry. This is a great shame to me, to my people. Never before has Arpesh had a friend be a victim like this in his own house.
Well,
And so you are honor bound to help us find him.
Indeed,
Very good.
Arpesh will not rest until he finds your strange northern friend.
Thank you.
Although perhaps if your northern friend kept better company, this would not have happened.
I do think that may have something to do with it.
Arpesh can always tell when someone is not telling the whole truth.
Yes. Well, thank you.
right then. I guess rather than go treasure hunting, we have to go rescue our friend Tenerindo from the Leopard Knights, it sounds like.
I don't think this really changes anything. Because I think perhaps they came after him because they might have gotten word that he's the assassin, one of them. Because if the Leopard Knight is trying to garner favor, or the Prince of Midnight is trying to garner favor with the Mother Superior, then it would look really good if he could get the assassins wrapped up. Like maybe she should give him this cloak thing because he's protecting her. But this still seems like something like this lines up with what we were going to send the other group to do, doesn't it?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Oh my gosh.
You can't do it all, Ben. You got to pick a thing.
No, we can't. And yeah, there's like how now we're Now we're having to balance our loyalty to our friend against the loyalty to Prince Galal, and potentially other friends who will go without us if we decide to go after Tenerindel instead. Oh my gosh. Arthur, Hope, weigh in here.
I'm gonna go get something to drink while you guys make a decision, and when I come back, you can tell me what you want to do.
So wait, y'all are assuming that he was taken because they found out he's the assassin?
That's one potential option. The other
Well-
potential option is to actually draw me out or draw us out, since they know we're against the prince, and this would actually let them. And now they have leverage on us since all of y'all have showed up.
Okay. But it also kind of sounded to me that they were like the whole business about talking about the cloak and whatnot, like they found out about something about it, and maybe Tenerindel, because maybe he spilled something when he was drugged or talking to the Midnight Prince or whatever, because Rihanna told him, and he already has all this stress and stuff going on with his wife, so he said something. So now they've taken him and they're gonna go find the cloak. And if they're talking about ships and things,
We just found out about the cloak a second ago, so I don't think Tenerindel would know about that, right?
well,
He wouldn't know that the cloak is out somewhere else, assuming he told us everything. He would know that we're looking for the cloak, and he'd spill about the Prince Galal.
yeah, so he would have that information, and if they're talking about the ships and a cloak, that kind of sounds exactly like what we are doing. You know, we're about to get on a ship to go find a cloak.
Sure.
So if they're talking about that too, then it kind of seems, at least my impression was that that's where they're headed with Tenerindel. So I don't
Okay.
know.
They
So
do
your-
have, yeah.
So your thought is that we go after the cloak and anticipate that we'll encounter Tenerindel somewhere along the way.
But yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts, Arthur?
Arthur is dead.
No, I mean, let's do it.
All right, so you suggest we go after the cloak, anticipating that we'll encounter the. Okay, I'm sure that would be Sophie's wish as well.
You might have noticed that Rihanna's got a fairly single-minded.
Turning into a bit of a Prince Galal groupie here, man.
I was from the Rihanna was after Prince Galal from her very first character sheet, her very first session. It's truly has been the only thing that she has done.
It is true.
That was you know how Richard had us share secrets, you know, like all the questions that we had to answer for our characters and send to him so that he had leverage. That was hers. So it's pretty in keeping with her.
No, it's true.
I don't think they're gonna harm Tenerindel. I think they're just gonna like keep him. You know.
I love your optimism. Your innocent optimism.
Yeah, there's every possibility we'll find him like hanging from a tree here when we get there.
It's true.
I imagine it would save his death to be the most traumatic possible for us.
Okay, well, actually, here's a question. Maybe we should go after our friend, actually, and just send a faction after the cloak. Because the cloak is a really good, like, adventure for other people. But Tenerindel is our friend that we've been on adventures for and with for like 2-something years. And I would hope that if I got captured, that you guys would come after me immediately, not just be like, they'll be fine. So I kind of feel like as far as our party goes, like we would put the life of our party members above anything else. So I don't know. That's my way.
I mean, as far as we know, unless they're talk about the cloak and the ships, does mean they know about the location. As far as we know, the cloak is safe where it is. So if we go and find him first, then we're not like, I don't know. It's not going to hurt anything, I guess. And it might save him. But then if they are taking him to go find the cloak, then we need to go find it first, and we'll just find him along the way. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some way we can find out more information. Like if we just go ahead and head to the docks and see if we can find the people, find clues to Tinerendil, and if that was connected with what they were saying about ships. So they might have just taken him down there, and we could go down there and possibly just find him. So I mean, we're already there and ready to go get the cloak.
Guys are burning daylight. What are you doing?
Yep. Sounds like we got 2 votes at least for going after the cloak. 1 vote for rescuing our friend.
What's your vote, Ben?
Dang it. All right, let's go after the cloak in hopes that that is actually the actual goal of the Leopard Knights and why they took Tinerendil. And in hopes that by having the cloak, we'll be able to pull out both the Prince of Midnight and the Leopard Knights and potentially pull off some sort of negotiation to potentially return Tinerendil. Gosh, I hate this, but I think that's probably what we need to do.
So the word that we leave as far as the group following us, like are helping us out, is to find the assassins to protect the Mother Superior.
Right.
There's one assassin that we don't know where or who he or she is. And there's one assassin who is also our friend who's been kidnapped by the Leopard Prince. And information on both of them, potential rescue of one and, stopping of the other. Is that what we want the first group to do?
I think so.
You'll have a chance after the session to send me written orders for
Okay.
the faction that Arpesh will disseminate amongst your followers.
Cool.
So
And
you don't have to make every decision about that right at this moment. You'll have a chance to write it out.
Okay, perfect. Then let us go.
All right. So how are you doing this?
Do we wait for night? Or like, what time of day is it?
It's evening by now, yeah.
Is the venture capitalism 3 in good order for sailing quickly?
Sure, yeah.
Then let us set forth. In the general she told us north. Do we have anything more specific we can go on?
I think the compass,
that's true. You're right. The compass should actually work.
The compass just leads us straight to it.
All right.
Said it would work when needed. So I don't know if it's actually pointing in the right direction now, but anyway, it should when it's needed.
Yeah.
All right.
So onto our ship. Word having been sent to our allies.
Okay. So you're setting out for sail that night, the night of the 17th.
It sounds like, yeah.
All right. With word sent off to your allies, your loved ones, and in hopes that your recently reunited and now separated friend will be somewhere at your journey's end, you set sail at the going out of the tide, right around midnight. And all that night and the next day, you sail north, following Mother Zishune's compass, generally north by northwest. And Tanglebur, since you are the captain of the ship, I would like to have you make a sailing roll.
The only person who's made rolls tonight.
Perception.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I can't take all the credit for this coming failure.
Listen, if you've had this character this long and haven't put any points into sailing,
I have, in fact. It's a 65, so hopefully, it's not too terrible. Well, that was a 6, so
okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
You sail all that day and the next. And the next. On the 21st of Ibram, the last day of the month, you are down in the hold, planning with your companions, when you hear a shout from the decks, which causes you to sprint upward. And arriving on the deck, you find that the wind, which has been fair this entire time, has completely died out. What is worse, there is a thick mass of foul-smelling weeds encroaching around the hull of the venture capitalism.
Oh, man.
I have sleepless vigil, which is perception for keeping watch and detecting ambushes.
Mm-hmm.
So would that have? In
this particular case, it wouldn't have helped. I mean, okay. I assume you were all down in the hold making plans together, but the poisoned tide, which something you all have experience with, so you recognize it, came upon the ship quite suddenly, and although you are only ensnared kind of on the very edge of it, the strange weeds that are now growing up the side of the ship seem to be pulling you in deeper into the dark mist that lies across the water.
Okay.
Does anyone remember how we got out of this last time?
I can't remember. Was this the ghosts?
I don't know. With mine, we set something on fire.
Fire's always good. The priestess is also great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we have gotten a priestess? We were at a nunnery. There were lots of priestesses.
We could have sent some priests to take care of this.
No, not sent them. Brought one.
All right.
Can we tell how far it goes? And did you say it's nighttime?
It's the middle of the day, but it's impossible to see through the mist. You don't know how far it goes.
We don't yet hear the screaming of wraiths with our beloved dead's faces.
Not yet.
Yeah. The Sturges of Amboria. Okay. Well, what does your pendant say, Sophie? Or
what does my pendant say?
Rihanna?
It shows the path forward through the weeds.
Well then, right. Clearly our path is through the weeds. We push forward. So the wind has stopped entirely, and I assume that means we've ground to a halt.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have. This isn't. We don't have oars.
Yeah, you've got oars. I mean, sweeps, they're
Yeah.
not, it's not, that's not your main method of transportation, but you do have them.
All right. Well, do we want to break out the sweeps?
I think so.
All right. We break out the sweeps.
All right. I would like
Push
everyone to
on.
go ahead and make me a willpower test.
Yeah, baby. All right. Willpower.
56 under 80.
Um, 49 under 96.
Oh, boy.
96 willpower. Holy crap.
It was kind of important.
That's a 7 under 46.
Bonara or Anaris? Willpower test.
Uh, 12 under 60.
All right, you all
All right,
pass.
passed.
Breaking out the sweeps, encouraging your men to row. You press through the mist and the darkness, rowing for what seems like hours. Occasionally, the huge swollen bladders of the vile water weeds burst around the ship. But you manage to press forward. And after a day of rowing like this, as the first day of the next month dawns.
Do we need to roll again for auspices?
Yeah, we'll do that in a second. As the first day of the next month dawns, the prow of your ship breaks through the mist. And in the distance, you can see a low island, small, like a man's hand rising up out of the sea ahead of you. One of the sailors in the topmast shouts, "Land ho!" And the sailors, even without orders, begin to unfurl sails as the wind starts to pick up again, desperate to get as far away as they can from the darkness that lies behind them.
Do we know if the poison tide is always in the same area? Like, because we've been in it before. Does it move around, or is it likely to?
They sort of move around. There are some places where they're more likely, but they kind of they move around, and they also grow and then contract again throughout the year.
Is this island that we see, is this the one that Venera charted that one time? Would he know or recognize it? Okay.
No, this is a good bit further south than that one.
Okay.
Are you guys headed towards the island?
Where does the pendant point us to?
Yeah, pendant.
Points toward the island.
Then I guess we go towards the island.
Guess we go towards the island. I guess we weigh anchor and put out boats.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. As you wade ashore, Rihanna, you may give me a perception test.
Okay. Oh dear.
Remember, you have a positive trait for detecting ambushy things,
I do.
but also a negative trait because you're missing an eye.
So it all kind of.
Yep.
Does auspices affect this?
No, the auspices only are important if you're using it right.
Okay, because there's like, I know auspicious and inauspicious, and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it only affects if you're doing a rite, and only certain rites. So you don't have to worry about it right now.
Okay, I rolled a 78 under 68.
Okay.
I think I might spend a fate to reroll.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I will.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah. There's a 62 under 68.
So you, as you're wading ashore, you are the first one to notice shapes moving on the sand of the beach. There are some like kind of large sand dunes up over to the left of the beach, and there's something sort of moving down. At least at first, it looks like kind of a. I don't remember what you call the sand equivalent of a landslide, but like when basically like a whole bunch of sand on a dune like collapses and slides down out of the corner of your eye, it looks like that. Um, but when you turn and look in that direction, it's you realize it's actually a group of warriors moving, and they're essentially camouflage, wrapped in sand-colored clothing, with cloaks that are some kind of broken, variegated pattern, and actually with your one good eye, you almost didn't see them, but Starlight be praised. Perhaps your fate was good today, and you kind of look over and you're able to spot them in time. There are about 8 of them.
And they're moving towards us.
Yes.
So I point them out to my companions, or kind of. It looks like we have company.
So it does. They saw us coming and hid themselves. I guess prepare ourselves for a fight, but hopefully they. Are they yet, Bori?
Are you waiting for them to get a little closer?
Can you tell, Rihanna?
Spyglass?
Can I tell
If they're
anything about them?
yeah, if they're yet,
as
Bori.
they get closer, they don't seem like Nyetbori.
Okay.
They're not wearing like any of the right clothes. They don't have any of the right weapons. In fact, as they draw closer, you realize these sort of camouflaged like cloaks and wrappings that they are wearing are the skins of leopards.
Yeah, that was the other possibility. Man,
But
go.
their skin is not the light bluish hue of the children of the water. It is darker, almost purple in color.
We got Nosh Bari.
And they are the various deformities, the fish-like appearance, the tusks, the spines, the fangs, the webbed hands. These are in fact the Naushbori, the ancient foes and sort of close cousins of your people. And they are running across the beach at you in a full charge, hoping to catch you. You now realize sort of moving, angling themselves so that they will be between you and your boat as you have now waded ashore. I would like you guys to roll initiative.
All right, here we go. Where's the rest of my dice? Here we go.
I got a 15 on my initiative.
14.
Oh, actually. I got a 20 on my initiative.
17. Can we
All right.
roll for auspices?
Yes, 1 second. All right, so hold on.
You got a 20, Ben?
I did.
15 is the max I can get.
All right.
Well,
So Ben, you got a 20.
huh?
All right, and then hold on. Just getting everyone on the tracker here. All right. So Arthur, you got a 15,
Uh-huh.
and then Sophie, what'd you get?
17.
All right, and then Hope.
14.
Okay, so the order is going to be the leader of the National Brewery is going to go first, and then one of you gets to go, and then all the other National Brewery, and then 3 of you get to go. So this is going to be all kinds of fun. So yes, Rihanna or Tanglebird, which one of you is at the front?
Probably Tanglebear.
All right.
Us, we need to roll for auspicious.
Fine.
You're the one that gave her tomb reading.
I don't even know how much this affects tomb readers in particular, but yes. So it's the month of Kanuvar.
Urban and Marshall are the
Yep.
things.
Marshall is yet again inauspicious.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So rolled a 1. So you have a -1 to your devotion pool this month.
Great.
And then you also get an additional D6 on top of that, and I rolled a 6, so you get a +5 total.
Okay.
So 6 minus 1, so you get a +5 to your devotion pool this month. All right, Tanglebur. The leader, a massive warrior, even by Nalsbury standards, charges towards you. He has a massive battle axe in hand, sort of a polearm battle axe. You've encountered this before, right? The top of the weapon kind of curved around like the stinger of the sea scorpions. But
Wife uses this weapon.
what seems odd is that this well, not this weapon, but something similar.
Yeah.
But what seems odd is that this you've encountered members of like the sea scorpion clan before, but never one with a this particular Nalsbury has none of the usual clan markings, or for that matter, clothing. It has been replaced with what appear to be the skins and teeth of leopards.
Huh.
All right. He's attacking you.
Okay. We clash. I hit him back.
How many are of these guys?
There are 8 Nalsbury total, though they aren't all the same size. This is the biggest one. What you got, Ben?
51 under 107 on this
Well,
one.
51 will hit.
All right, so that's standard damage. So one medium one-handed weapon is 1d8. Plus I have 1d8 damage bonus. So give me a second here. That's only 5 points of damage.
Okay. You lightly graze him as you turn aside his blade and counterattack with a riposte of your own. It's now any one of you gets to go.
Any one of us?
Any one of you.
Any one of us, yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll stab him too. The big guy.
Okay.
Um,
He will clash with you.
and with my barbed bone spear. I got a 71 under a 100 and something.
Hits.
Okay, and then I haven't gotten to use my special ability on this thing, so why not?
Yeah, gonna leave a barb.
Yeah, why not? Wait, okay.
Arthur trying to remember how to RPG.
This has been a while.
He's a barbed girl in a barbed world.
I'm trying to remember how to use this specific spear. I've actually really never gotten to
Dice
use it
in plastic. They're fantastic.
on a roll of 60% or plus you spend X. Okay, Clash.
We can't do
points.
any more of the song because we don't have the rights to it. We'll have to. YouTube will make us take this down.
Okay, I see. So I'm going to okay, so that's 6 damage.
Okay.
And I left some barbs in him. Does
How
that do
many?
damage? I left 1.
Okay. What does it say?
It says you may spend X amount of clash points to break off X amount of barbs in the target for X d6 damage.
Right. And then
So
every
I
time
need
you
So
do
I need
that,
to roll a separate d6 for that because the spear
Yes.
itself does 2d6.
yeah. So roll 1d6. But then isn't there a chance that your barbs are depleted?
Yes. So I just rolled 3 damage for that, and then it says on a roll a 1d20 on a roll of 20x or higher, the spear runs out of barbs and becomes immovable. What is
Okay.
that?
So you need to roll and on a 19 or a 20.
I have to roll on a 19 or 20?
Roll a d20 and on a 19 or 20 the spear is out of barbs.
Well, I just rolled a 20, so that
All right.
is
So
out of barbs.
that special ability is gone now. All right, so you hit it for
Got to use it once.
how much was your d6? No, you've used it before, but it's been a long time.
Okay.
How much was your extra d6 damage?
An extra 3.
Okay. All right. His armor seems to absorb actually most of the damage from the spear.
But my piercing thrust, I ignored 2 points of armor.
Ooh. Useful. Is that a ability you have to pay for though?
Is it? I don't know. If it is, I would have liked to have paid for it.
No, you just ignore it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Dang. Okay.
Way to remember your sheet.
So he'll
Oh,
take
Naris is a beast in combat.
he'll take an additional.
What she's here for.
All right. It is now a bunch of their turns.
Does he look damaged at all?
A little bit.
That's great.
All right, so that's all right, these guys get to go. What are they armed with? That's right. Two of the larger Nalshpuri, not quite as big as the captain, but still pretty big. Barrel forward with shields and spears lowered, attacking Anaris and Rayana. So Anaris, this first one's coming to you.
I will clash. And in a clash,
You just roll your normal skill.
That's not great. I got a 24 under 106.
All right, well, you hit anyway, because I rolled a 1.
Cool. So just 2d6 damage?
Mm-hmm.
And then I ignore 2 points of armor.
Yep, got it.
That'll be a solid 9 damage.
All right, Rayana, the next one's attacking you. You're on mute.
Clash points, they...
I will clash with my red fang longsword. 73 under a 100.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Yeah, clash points will come back on your next turn, Arthur.
And now I say that I am doing a power attack, correct?
You can't power attack on their turn. You can only do it on your turn.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Wait. Let me see how much damage I do. That would be 9.
Jeez Louise. All right. All right. The third one of the large ones with the spear and shield is going to rush Vanara.
Oh, not Vanara. Not my dear brother.
Okay, I have a pretty cool shield. So
He can't defend himself.
whatever. I'm gonna clash. 61 under 88.
All right. Well, I critically failed, so.
Richard, what is up with your rolls?
I don't know, but these dice are going away for the night. They're all done. Get out of here. I don't want your stank. I'm gonna try these guys instead.
For damage.
Yeah, so just maximum damage with your weapon.
I don't know where it is on this character sheet. I haven't used it in so many years.
It's a long sword, so it's what?
Oh, here it is.
D10.
D10. So
all right,
10.
so 10 points of damage. Well, that was pretty bad. I still got 4 Nalshpuri to go though, so the night is young. We're going to have 2 of them stand back and shoot arrows at Tengelber and Anaris.
He will dodge
Guess it's dodge.
in an attempt not to die.
All right, Tengelber, give me a dodge roll.
Where'd that? Okay. Whew, that is an 82 over 71, so not good enough.
Cool. You take. I rolled pretty badly, but it hits regardless. Now, I lost a D4. Oh, there it is. You don't want a D4 lurking on the floor somewhere. For people who don't know, in the Clash system, the higher monsters roll, the better they do. They have like basically an attack chain. So I rolled the lowest I could roll and still hit. So you're going to take 5 points of damage, Tengelber, and then Anaris.
Dodge as well.
40 valor.
61 under 77.
You got a what?
61 under 77.
All right, you managed to dodge. All right, I got 2 more guys. And they're also going to shoot bows. And they'll shoot at Rayana and Vanara. Rayana, Shooting at you.
I'm dodging.
I feel like I've been on a dice curse the last 3 sessions I've run. I just can't hit jack.
That would be a 33.
All right, you dodge.
Ooh.
Vonera.
I'm dodging and I rolled a 34.
All right, well.
Oh, under 44.
That does not beat my 60. Ha! Finally. Oh geez. All right. This lets off a frenzied assault with 3 arrows. So
Go.
the first one hits you, dealing 5 points of damage. And also I just need you to make like a fun little endurance check.
Okay. I didn't make it.
All right. You count until you are healed from the venom of this arrow. You count as having 4 permanent wounds, in addition to the 5 points of damage you took. Additionally, he gets 2 more shots. So he's gonna aim the next shot actually at Anaris.
Wait, you said 5 or 4?
You took 5 damage to your valor, but you have 4 permanent wounds.
Okay.
And the wounds ignore armor. It's just you have 4 wounds from the poison. Anaris?
I guess I'll clash. Fine. Well, gosh dang, that's an 8. So
I rolled a 100. That is the second 100 I have rolled tonight. So that ends his attack chain. And I believe that's it. The other 3 of you.
I really wish I hadn't clashed then. But
the other 3 of you now get to go.
All right.
Anaris has already gone, but the rest of the party can go now.
Does anybody
That
have
was a bad round for me.
warrior skills under 100? Martial skills?
I do. I have Sinkinkar Duelist, which applies. So I get a bonus on melee combat. I also have Speed of Satella, so I can... dang it, I should have rerolled that dodge. Okay, so, and yeah, I should have rerolled that dodge, just that I failed last time. My bad. All right, I am going to attack then. And
attacking the big guy?
Or could split my roll because I'm over 100 and go between 2 guys.
That there are 2 guys attacking you.
Let's do that. So if I split 107 in half, then I have to basically get 53. Yes.
So the reason I asked if they were under 100, I forgot you could split it, but I can give you a bonus 25% if I use that as my move. It's one of my rights.
So would that be to each half, or would that be get me up to 120?
It would 25 to your total, and then you could split.
132. So 132 and a half. So that would give me 170. No, 160. I have to roll under 66 each in order to hit. All right.
It's touch a target. All inauspicious skills get a 25% bonus.
Oh, nice.
Is 25%.
All right.
Okay.
But I need to take. You can't. I have to take my turn first and see if it actually works.
So yeah, roll to see if you get the write off. Not the write off, but the write off.
It's
do it today. We're doing jobs and taxes.
All right. I got a 33 under 66. So I didn't have space to write down what big success would be.
Yeah, so you critically succeeded. You're right. Hold on, let me look it up here. Which right is this?
The path not taken.
Oh, that's right. That's why it's inauspicious stuff. I'm dropping dice everywhere tonight. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Critical effects. The Sierra's Oh, okay. All right. The seer is drawn back along with the target into the memory of the world unmarred. The two of you feel a deep sense of peace wash over you. Time seems to stop. For the duration of the rite, as long as you maintain it, which costs one devotion point and 2 clash points per round. As long as you maintain it, both you and Tegelbur will automatically succeed at all willpower tests.
Hey, nice, cool.
I mean, all right. So as
Peacefully chop
Tengelbert
his head off.
sort of begins to, he falls into this, for lack of a better way of putting it, battle trance, as he's back into this zone, and he lashes out at first at the big guy. That is that's an 86. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend a point of fate because I got one of those.
Do it.
To reroll that one. So that's a 25. So that first one will hit.
I got a 54.
Dag nabbit. So that one won't hit. And this next one is, oh gosh, that's a 70. So neither of those hit.
All right. My 40 does hit though. So I get to hit you twice.
Yep, that's
making up for that first round. I'm back, baby. Actually, I guess this is technically still the first round, but
all right.
Regardless, baby, I am in fact back. All right, so the Sea Scorpion Warrior is going to hit you with a blinding maul.
Oh, beautiful.
He takes a swipe at your head, dealing 3d10 points of damage. So that's fine.
Yeah, that's no good.
This could be up to 30. Oh, it's not, but it is 18 points of damage, which is
protection,
non-trivial. Additionally, you need to make a difficult endurance check. So this will be endurance out of minus 25 to your target.
Wow. Okay, that's 28 valor left. Difficult endurance. Okay, so
at a minus 25 to your target.
Where is my bottom of my sheet? Give me a second more here. I have the wrong pages pulled up. Endurance is, so I gotta get under a, that's a 100. Yeah, my dice are really bad. What do we got?
So he raises this huge sort of scorpion tail shaped maul and rips it across your face. Stinging blood and what is probably venom fills your eyes. You are blind for the next 3 rounds.
Cool.
While you are blind, you're going to be at anything you try to do is difficult because you can't see. Additionally, you will need to spend 3 clash points to do anything. That is, to take an action during the next 3 rounds for Tanglebur will require 3 clash points.
This is sucky. Okay.
Additionally, the other guy also hit you.
Yep.
Dang, that took out one of our heavy hitters on the team.
The other guy is going to hit you with a hammering blow, doing. Oh boy, this is what I'm talking about. This is the sauce right here. All these dice that I'm rolling that you can't see. Ooh, yeah.
Let's go back to the other dice, please.
16 additional points of damage.
Gosh darn it. Okay.
All right. So that was Tanglebur's turn. What's Rayana and Vonera doing?
Rayana's already taken her move.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
With Tanglebur's turn.
Well, remember that rights are just, you could have attacked as well.
Oh, I did forget that.
Would you like to attack?
Yes, I would love to attack. I would.
Okay.
I thought that would break the.
Do you attack one of the guys that's attacking you?
I guess so. Yeah, that sounds good.
Great, love it.
It's 57.
That hits.
All right. Now I can do the power attack, right?
That's correct.
All right. So that's gonna be.
Vonera, you're up next. What you got there?
6.
With a
points
power
of damage.
attack?
With a power attack and 2 dice.
Oh no. All right.
I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Vonera, it's your turn.
How many guys are standing close to us?
There's the leader and then 3 big guys with shields and spears. And then the rest are shooting from behind.
Okay.
Or kind of from your flank.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack the guy who had attacked me earlier that I did the damage to.
Yep.
And I rolled a 51.
All right, that beats his 23.
So I'm gonna go ahead and spend some clash points and do extra damage.
Do it.
Which I got a 5, and I guess I should do my normal damage. I got 3, so 8. 8 damage.
Okay. Very good. Tanglebur screams out in pain as he goes temporarily blind. Rihanna, Vonera, you both trade blows with the Nalshbury that you're fighting to various degrees of effectiveness. And it's the top of the next round, and it is time for the Nalshbury captain to go. He is going to be attacking the blinded Tanglebur.
All right, so top of the round, all the clash points are refreshed, correct?
No, on the start of you get your clash points back on the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So Tanglebur, if you want to clash, it will cost you 3 clash points.
Thankfully, I have 4. So I'm going to go ahead and clash rather than die. So
don't feel like you have to.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of have to.
I cannot hold on to my dice tonight. What's going on? All right. What you got?
66 under 107. So that'll be a critical.
So we've come across one of the most rare circumstances in the game of Clash, which is
darn it.
I rolled
Both
a 44. We both critically hit. In the Clash system, if you both critically hit, which is like a 1 in 1,000 chance, you both do max damage. So what's max damage for you, Ben?
That's 18 points of damage. What's max damage for you?
Oh, you're about to find out.
It's,
All right, so 18 points of damage. 18 total. All right, that hurt him pretty good. Max damage for him is going to be 16.
Gosh darn it.
Plus 20. It's going to be 34 points of damage.
Fudge.
Additionally, he gets to make a second attack at another target near you.
Okay.
Which he is going to aim at Anaris.
I have no clash points, so I guess pray he fails and soak in the damage.
Roll the 93.
How many wound rows do I got again?
So he failed? Is that what you're saying?
He did fail. All right, it's one of your turn.
Do y'all want me to take this or someone else go or what?
You know what? Why don't you let me go?
Ben would like his clash points back.
Because that will give me some clash points in case they decide to murder me again. But give me a split second here to determine how many wound rows I have back. So remind me, wound rows are determined by your...
Do you not have that on your sheet?
I do. It's just old. And it's with multiple rows marked out. So
but you would have had 3 max rows at the start.
Right, 3 rows, but how many on each row is what number divided by 2?
It's probably 6. But here, let me check.
Sorry.
It's vitality plus I don't remember. I made
plus 10 divided by 2, right?
Let's see here.
Because I did just up that, so it's actually
let's see here. Wounds. We just redid this section. Yeah, vitality divided by 2.
So that's 8 actually. Okay, so that's actually not too bad.
You have down 8 wounds per row.
Yeah.
Nice.
So 16, reduce that 34 reduced down by 4 down to 30. So that means I am into my second wound row.
Holy crap, dude.
So I got 12 wounds left. So these are the dark times. Well,
You still feel
I
peaceful?
still feel pretty peaceful though. Like, well,
It's because you can see the way things might have been.
So even that which might have been evil is turned to good.
Or sort of like, here's what would have happened if things weren't turned to evil. Anyway, in any case,
Yeah.
what you doing, Tanglebur?
I think, man, I'm gonna try and kill this chief. He's gonna
Okay.
spend those 3 clash points to do that. 3 out of my 6. I'm gonna go ahead and attack him. That is a 53 under 107, so that will hit.
Not against my 59.
Oh, you suck. Okay, how much damage do you do?
This is another big one, Ben. 22.
Yeah, that's me down.
Do you have a fate point to spend?
I do, yes.
So in the clash system, when you go down to 0 wounds, you are dead unless you have a fate point which you can spend to come back to life at 1 wound.
So I am alive at 1 wound.
How do you
Okay.
get points?
You get 1 fate point back each adventure.
Oh,
So,
Yes. So the wound are you gonna? Well, he's got a fate point to spend, so you don't have to do that.
Yep.
Like
I have
basically,
1 more fate point to spend, so
yeah. So save that for when you need it, Sophie.
Yep.
it's more general strategy.
So basically, Tangleberg goes from being dead to being simply knocked unconscious, but at 1 remaining wound. Tangleberg,
Right.
you're out of the fight.
I am out of the fight. Good luck, y'all.
All right. It is now all the bad guys. Anaris, you
I
still have
wish I
no.
had gone on that round.
Yeah,
Ben.
and Anaris, you still have no clash points.
No
So
clash points, so I'm just
I'm
praying
sorry.
that you suck.
I'm gonna aim 2 attacks at Anaris from 2 of the Black Talons. First one hits. This is gonna be fun. All right, first one hits. A mere glancing blow. You take only 12 points of damage. Don't forget your armor.
Right.
Second attack is I think that's a miss. Yep, just misses you by 1. All right.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Now another attack at Rayana.
All right. I will clash. That's a 30.
All right, that hits.
Um, 4.
You graze it. And then we got some arrows. So we're gonna do an arrow at there's 3 of you and I got 4 arrows. So we'll do 1 on each of you and then we'll decide who gets special treatment. Rayana, first arrow coming at you.
Okay. I can't clash.
All right, in that case it's a hit. And it Oh, wait, I was looking at the wrong monster. Hold on. Okay, actually that's a miss. No, it's a hit. It's just barely a hit. 60. Oh boy, it gets to take 3 shots with its bow. So the first one hits. The first one hits you, Rihanna, for 3 points of damage. Don't forget your armor.
Okay.
It's going to take a second attack. Also at you, Rihanna. You
Okay.
can't clash. It's a hit, so it's going to be another 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then a third attack against you, which misses. Did either of those attacks go through your armor?
One of them did.
Okay, you need to give me an endurance test.
All right. $65 over 55.
All right, so that counts as 4 permanent wounds until you shake off the poison.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Next arrow is coming at you, Anaris.
Okay. Well, I don't have a clash point.
And yet it misses you. Somehow it misses you. Next one's coming for you, Vonera. You dodging?
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge. Oh,
What'd you
I
get?
don't. I got a 93.
All right, I got a 37. So that's gonna hit you with 2 attacks as this one sneaks around behind you and looses 2 arrows at your back.
Dang, flab it, guys.
It hits you for 5 points of damage for the first shot. And then 4 points of damage for the second shot.
Okay.
Either of those get through?
Only one.
Okay, give me an endurance test. And then Anaris, one more arrow at you, just because I like you.
Thank you. I did not make it.
All right, so you it's another 4 permanent wounds from the poison.
Oh.
Anaris, this one is going to hit you with a frenzied assault, so this will be 3 attacks. So the first one deals 6 points of damage. Second one deals 5. Oh wait, hold on. Gotta make sure the second one hits. Yeah, second one deals 5. And third one deals 6. And I assume some of those got through your armor.
2 of them did.
All right, give me an endurance test.
So on my traits and talents, it says
Uh-huh.
stone hard endurance.
Yeah,
I
that's
assume that does something for me here, but I don't know what.
Yeah, I will let you use that as a positive trait. So roll it and re-roll the ones. Take the better result.
Re-roll the ones, or
Yeah, re-roll the 1 die.
well,
Increases
yes.
your chance of getting a crit or avoiding a critical failure, basically.
Gotcha. Where would I? Well, that's a 91 on a 40. So.
Not gonna matter. All right. There is a hail, a volley of arrows as Tengelberg goes down, and the Naushbury close in, attacking you with great violence. It is the 3 of your turn.
All right, I'm going to murder the captain.
Go for it. He's gonna clash with you.
He is, but he's gonna get a 66 to the face.
That is max damage.
So what's my max damage?
And if you spend 2 clash, if you spend
1.
2 clash points, you can also add power attack to your max damage.
Can I get the max damage to that?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we should just kill him.
All right. So what's your total?
That's 22 damage, but ignores 2 pieces of armor though. So
Right. His armor is okay. He's in very bad shape. He's not dead. He's looking really close to dead though. Like you just savagely eviscerate him with your. It's a spear. You have a spear.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just. That's right. You have this barbed, bones. Spear, an ancient softberry weapon. You just savagely tear through his armor. The leopard pelts are just streaming with blood. You can see bits of viscera hanging out of his torso, but he is still on his feet. It is. All right. The next two.
So I have my really cool shield that if I spend all my clash points, I can immediately restore valor equal to my wisdom and distribute it among my companions. If I have companions who are wounded, which Kinglebear is wounded. So if I do that, I could give him 14 valor and he could maybe keep going. But then I want to have clash points later. So
what do you want to do?
I've never actually.
That wouldn't wake him up though, right?
Sure, it would.
It would.
And he could, keep going or run to the ship. I think that if I do that, it just says at the beginning of my turn. So it doesn't say that it takes place of my turn.
Yeah, you can do that and then do your other action as well.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So Tangleberry, you now have 14 to your valor.
Yay!
Right. Is that everybody or is that just him?
I get to distribute it among.
I see. I gotcha. Right.
People.
And what's the name of that shield?
Yes. So I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll send
Okay.
you.
Do send me a picture because that's a cool item and I want to make sure it's in the books.
Yes.
So.
And then I'm going to find the guy who's closest to me, I guess, and I'm gonna not shoot him, but
yeah, there's one of the Black Talon clan guys is attacking you right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him.
Tangleberg, you wake up. You are badly wounded and still blinded.
This sucks.
Go and roll a. So you'll come in on the top of the next round.
I got an 86 under 88.
All right. He's gonna clash with you. Nah, you hit.
Nice. So then that's 6 damage.
It's what?
6 damage.
Okay. You're whittling away at him with the patience of a duelist. However, you get the sense that what you need in this battle is some big victories. All right, Rihanna.
Can I attack the leader who's almost dead?
Sure.
Or am I not in that? Okay, then I'm going to go for him. And that would be...
Yeah, yes. A shield with an image of Fanhel the First worked into its boss. Nice.
I think I just rolled 100. If I roll a 0 and a 10, that's 100, right?
Yep, that's 100.
Okay. I'm also going to continue on with my right.
Wait a minute, a 0 and a 10?
Yes. A 10 on one dice and a 0 on the other.
So that's a 10.
Oh, okay. Then I rolled a 10.
Okay. Which one are you attacking? Oh, you're attacking the boss.
That was almost dead. And then
he's clashing with you. His 78 is gonna beat your 10. And he's going to hit you with an explosion of carnage.
I dislike that.
But it's fun to say. Explosion of carnage.
It is if you're the one doing it, not,
I have these 5 dice I'm rolling for damage right here.
Okay. 1s and 2s. 1s and 2s.
That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20, 18. 18 points of damage. Pretty low.
That is all of my valor.
Cool. All right.
And then take off my first wound drove.
Oh no. Don't forget your armor.
Oh, that's right. Yay. So not quite all my valor.
All right, top of the round. It is the captain's turn. Anaris, you critically hit him, so he's gonna have to hit you back. That's
I'm gonna clash back and
that's just how this
stab him
works.
back in the face.
All right. Well, What you got?
I got a 48.
I got a 56. So he's going to hit you with a blinding maul.
Yeah.
So he's going to do 3d10 damage for that's 16 20 total.
Is the baby asleep?
Additionally, you need to go ahead and make a difficult endurance check.
Difficult endurance check? What
Yeah,
does
so
difficult.
difficult means you lower your target number by 25.
So what?
You lower your target number by 25.
My endurance is only 40, Richard.
Okay, so you're rolling against a 15.
Woo. Okay. 20 damage, you said?
Uh-huh. And again, don't forget to apply your armor.
Yeah. That's 72. So that's a no-go, Captain.
All right, you are blind for the next
Oh my gosh.
3 rounds.
This guy's a problem.
You're blinded for the next 3 rounds, which means that you have to use 3 clash points to take any action.
Ooh.
Hey, it's somebody's turn.
Do we just need to get out of here and go back to the ship?
It's anytime somebody says that, it's already too late.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you just kind of want to murder them though at this point?
The
Okay.
captain is pretty severely injured. What are you guys doing?
So is it one turn and then like all the Nalshbury go?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Tangleberg, you're no longer blind.
Hey-oh! All right. Well, in that case,
Yeah,
And I'm
Tanglebird,
still-
you should go next.
I'm still doing the right, so you do get the bonus to all martial skills.
so that would be I have to roll under a 66. That's not hard. That's like 2/3 chance.
You don't have to split it 50-50. You can split it any way you want.
Or should I go next and just kill him real quick?
Sure, go ahead. And then if I can get 2 more, then if I can
Yeah,
get
I'm
2
spinning
more,
up the
I love your
clash
confidence,
points.
Arthur.
Sending the 3 clash
But you're
points.
blind.
yeah. Well, he's got clash points. He's apparently planning on burning.
Anara swings blindly.
What about a 22? Does that win even if it's low?
Oh yeah.
That's critical.
And
Is it more than 7?
Yes.
All right,
Did
he's
you
dead.
roll a 7?
No. He's got 7 hit points left.
Oh yeah, it's a lot more than 7.
Yeah, he's dead. You swinging blindly, you catch the side of his neck with your barbed spear, ripping it. Blood begins to kind of just spurt from the side of his head as he falls over.
That's 1 down, 7 to go.
Before anybody, well, actually, it's the bad guy's turn now. So, a couple of things happen. One is that 2 of the Nalshbury in the back, with the ones who've been shooting bows, immediately need to just do like a little test here.
Did that scare them at all?
Scared is not the right word. However, they have made a covenant with death, and so when something dies near them, we just need to check for
Oh,
something.
that's right. They do the creepy things.
Okay, that did not go well at all for them. Oh no, actually that went well for them. It went badly for you.
Oh, great.
So the 2 of them are going to go into a blood rage.
Sorry, guys. That's on me.
Gaining +6 wounds, +2 protection, 10% combat, and extra clash points for the remainder of the battle.
I don't like this.
So that's the
They really want to eat their companion or something?
That's
Like
the two
he
they do want to eat their companion, but they failed their roll to eat their companion, and so they go into a blood rage. The other guys, though, because their captain is dead, they will be making a morale test. So I'm gonna go and roll that now, and then we'll do the blood ragey stuff. Starting with the Black Talon guys, they're going to here we go. All right, defense. Okay. Sorry, lost my place in the book. All right.
So even a low crit wins.
Yeah, a low crit beats a high normal.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And if you have 2 crits that are both critical successes, then they just both go off. All right, so this is for the Black Talon clan. They succeed at their morale test, and then the 2 red serpents, they, I think, also succeed at their morale test. So everybody succeeds at their morale test, and the 2 vulture cultists go into a blood rage, dropping their bows. They both draw long, jagged knives, running forward and attacking Tanglebur and Anaris, since you guys are in the front. So this first one is against you, Tanglebur.
I'm gonna rather counterattack. That's a 70.
Beats my 52.
Okay.
I've
All right.
got no more clash points to do anything. So
That's 3 points of damage. Gosh darn it.
Well, this guy is not. He's not wearing any armor, so it does do just maximum damage, but it's that's not a lot. All right. And actually, because he's in a blood rage, he gets an extra 6 wounds and actually extra 2 protections. So you actually only do 1 point of damage.
Okay. Yay.
All right. The other one attacks you, Anaris. You can't clash. It rolled a 96, misses. And that takes.
I've gotten so lucky with you missing on me so much.
So that takes us to the Black Talon guys. First one is attacking you, Tanglebur.
All right, I'm gonna spend another clash point. That's actually a critical
Failure.
Critical.
Oh, okay.
20. So I have a wider critical range because my weapon. So it's at 21. So that would be a critical hit.
All right. Well, that beats my 7. So what's max damage for you?
That would be 18 points of damage.
Well, but I don't want it.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Oh boy. Let's see here. That's 18, 15. Oh, brain so tired. Okay, that guy is almost dead. The next one is attacking Anaris.
Once again, no clash, so
43 hits. For a hammering blow, up to 2 hammering blows actually. So the first one's going to do a D10 plus 2d6 points of damage. 14, 15 points of damage.
How much of you is left?
I have a lot of valor, so
okay.
But at this point, no, if he hits me, it's gonna go one more time. It goes into my wounds.
Well, he does get a second attack, so oh, that's an 88, which is a critical failure for this guy. So
what does that do for him? He kills himself?
No, nothing. Nothing like that. Rihanna.
So when we get crit fails, it's awful for us.
No, it's only awful
just clashing
if you're getting clashed against. You weren't clashing, so nothing bad happens. Rihanna attacking you.
I will clash.
Don't feel like you have to.
I do, actually. 58.
Yeah, beats my 93. I cannot with these dice tonight.
And I can't power attack, so I'll just do a regular thing, which is 0. So that in this case, that means 10, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, 10.
All right. All right? That guy's also in pretty bad shape. And then we get two shots from the red serpents. The first one, they're gonna aim at Rihanna.
Okay. I will dodge with my last clash point. And that was a 40.
All right,
And
so I got a 63, so my frenzied assault goes off. It's gonna be 3 shots. The first one hits you for 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Second one misses.
Okay.
All right. And then a shot at Vonera.
I don't think I can clash because I spent all my clash points. So
Yep, but I rolled a 78, so I missed. All right. That's the back to the top of the round. The captain is dead, so one of you guys gets to go now.
Could I go so I could get my clash points back?
Get it. Go for it.
Okay.
You get your
Guess
class
I'll
points back. This is round 2 of blindness for you.
Yeah, and then I should probably use them to kill someone. So
Please do.
who all is around me right now?
Don't forget,
Richard?
you'll have to. There are 2. Well, there's one of the guys in the blood frenzy with the knife attacking you, and then there's also one of the big guy with a spear you've been fighting. Keep in mind, to attack, you have to spend 3 clash points.
Right. Oof. Guess I'll probably take care of the guy with the spear.
All right. He will clash.
$32.
All right. Well, that hits.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. And that'll be 11 points of damage. That avoids 2 points of armor.
All right. That kills him.
Thanks.
oh,
Yay!
All right.
2
So
damage.
there. Yeah.
6 though.
So that guy falls dead to the ground, even as the vulture devotee slobbering, foaming at the mouth now. His eyes bloodshot, pupils obscured by just like the crimson that's this kind of like spurting from his eyeballs now. Attacks you.
Wait, he doesn't have to pass like some test?
No.
Oh, dang it.
He's
That was
gonna
my strategy. I didn't realize he didn't have to do that.
What do you mean I don't understand.
I thought maybe you'd have to go like eat the body or
Nope. No, because he's already in a blood rage.
I did
Sorry.
not know how that mechanic worked. So that
Sorry.
sucks.
Yep. He attacks you with a frenzied assault. The first attack with his knife, dealing
It's not dealing any damage, right?
7 points of damage. He attacks you with his knife again. He gets 2 more attacks on this attack chain. Second one is gonna hit. I assume you can't clash. For another 5. And then the third one, also a hit for another 6.
All right. That literally hit my top of my valor. So everything else goes in my wounds now.
Jeez Louise, dude. All right. Focus more fire on Anaris. That's what I'm hearing. Next
Don't do
guy.
that. I am blind.
Next guy, Tanglebird is attacking you.
All right.
This is the other guy in the blood rage.
Okay. So that's 3. That is 60. What you got?
I rolled a 1
Yay! So
because a break cannot be caught. So
all right. So
What you
let me
got?
do some damage. 1d10, 1d. Oh, right. There we go. That's 11 points of damage.
Right. Right. That guy's in pretty bad shape. Blood rage notwithstanding. The other two the two remaining Black Talon guys are going to attack Rayana and Tinglebur and Rayana. So Tinglebur.
Sending another clash points on a 2. That's an 11, so it'll be a critical hit. I'm sorry.
All right. How much damage?
18 points of damage.
Okay. He's almost dead.
Come on!
The other Black Talon warrior is going to attack Rayana.
I have no clash points.
That's a hit.
Great.
Not only is that a hit, it's a pretty darn good hit. He's going to hit you with a ruining strike.
At what point can you declare interpose?
I don't know.
All right, I had it pulled up here a second ago.
But you're dying, dude. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Okay, but
you should do that.
Rihanna, are you gonna die? Like, I know you've been taking hits too.
Well, it depends on exactly how many he does. I have no valor left.
Okay.
So.
And how many points of wound do you have?
14.
So you could theoretically go down right here.
You took 13 points of damage.
Ooh, snap.
Now, it does. Your armor is factored in. However, it also damages your armor. So going forward, your armor's value is reduced by 2 points.
Okay, so he hit for 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the armor.
Yeah,
so
it goes to the damage goes to your armor first. So.
Okay. So. 2.
All
right, and then we got some arrows. So Vonera.
That Valor thing every round, right? Venera.
Vonera.
But I can't clash, so.
Vonera, I got some arrows coming your way.
I don't think I can clash, right?
Are you out of clash points?
Unless the round reset and it's my turn again, then I don't have any.
Probably not yet then, because we got to go through all these folks into our turn. So no.
It's about to be your turn.
Yeah. How much do you have left?
I have 34 Valor.
Okay, then never mind. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to take it.
All right, first one hits you with 2 sneaky assaults. As they try to shoot you in the back, you take 5 from the first. Rolled a 100 on the second one. Gosh darn it. All right. And then the other one I think is going to fire at Rayana. No, we're gonna fire at Inaris.
Not do that.
Because Inaris is blind, and that's how these guys roll. They would definitely shoot a blind person. That's a 60. These guys have an attack of 65, so a 60 is going to hit. This is going to be a frenzied assault. You got 3 attacks coming your way, Inaris. Each one is going to be dealing not a whole lot of damage, but first one is 3. Second one is 6. And the third one is 7. Top of the round, it is one of y'all's turn. Oh, actually, sorry. It's the bottom of the round. It's 3 of your turn.
All right.
So whoever didn't go at the top of the round.
I'm not gone. How many people are left?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. You've killed 2. 3 are injured, 2 of whom are very severely injured.
How much valor does everyone have?
I have no
14.
valor and 1 hit point.
Okay, Arthur.
I have no valor.
Okay. I will spend my clash points to give valor. I'll give 7 to each of you. Or
Brilliant.
Tyler and Sophie, not Ben. I don't have enough for that.
Fine.
How many?
I'll give 7 to Sophie and 7 to Arthur.
Okay.
All right, Vonera
Oh,
with
yeah.
the heals here.
Yep.
What are you
That's
at, Ben?
clutch. I'm at 14.
You're still at 14?
I haven't taken any hits since you brought me back.
Whoa. Nice.
I will just attack somebody with my sword.
All right. Do it.
14.
I got a 93, so you hit.
Take him out.
9 damage. I'm not rolling.
Oh man, he's almost dead.
And I have
All right.
the extra damage. Okay, cool.
Who's next?
I'm going to stab somebody who looks almost dead.
All right. The one of the Nashbury that you've been fighting, the one with the spear and shield, is almost dead. He is, however, going to clash with you.
All right. That's 70.
Well, I got a 6, so
Cool. I will do the extra damage thing. Five.
with his armor, you still don't finish him.
Yep. Figured.
Oh, Rihanna, you are slugging back and forth, but the wounds and the fact that, you know, it's been just a hot minute since you've seen this
pretty
much.
squishy character.
It's been a hot minute since you've seen this much action, and yeah, I mean, your wounds, everything, it's taken its toll on you over the years.
With her previous injuries, she's only got 5 per wound row.
Oh, geez.
So yeah,
Yeah.
like she's pretty squishy. She had 21 valor when the fight started.
Yeah, you're having a bad time. You are staggering, but you're just finding it difficult to breathe for some reason. Yep. All right.
All right,
That was with a power attack, Sophie?
That was with the power attack. I rolled
my
a 3 and a 2.
Oh my gosh. All right, Ben.
All right, I'm gonna finally try and do this split attack. Do I still have the bonus?
Yep.
All right, so it's got to be under 66 for both. First attack is an 89.
I got a 96 on my clash.
Okay, so nobody hits. We flail at each other in the sand, kicking sand each other in profanities. Bucks. The next one is a 77. Gosh darn it!
You got a 77,
Over 66.
but you got a critical fail.
It's a critical fail. I don't need this right now, man.
That was the one you didn't want to critically fail.
I mean, I suppose I could spend
What,
that fate
what
point.
was it? What
Okay.
was it?
77 over 66.
Are you spending a fate point?
Excuse me. If I spend a fate point, next time I drop to 0, which is actually a real possibility here, with any given hit, I'm dead. But if I don't spend a fate point to reroll that, he's probably going to kill me anyway.
I can't do a right on somebody else's turn, right?
Right.
Oh,
no, that one you can.
How to do? I'm not sure how to use Hopeless Fate. I can't use
that one you can. That one you can.
So with Hopeless Fate, if I actually make my roll, I can touch a target and the target can spend fate point even against a critical success or failure.
So, okay. One more time. What does that actually do for me?
Oh, that's right, because you can't use a fate point to reroll a crit normally.
Okay.
Right.
So basically that would let me reroll that. Okay.
So it costs you 8 devotion points and all your clash points, Sophie.
Correct. That would be the last right that I can do this game.
And we have 7 more guys still standing, 6 more guys still standing. Oh, this is bad news. All right, I'm gonna spend the fate point. Otherwise, I'm probably
All
dead.
right. Sophie.
So I'm using hopeless fate.
I guess.
Okay.
So you remove one of your fate points permanently, and in its place you gain a dark fate point
For me or for Sophie?
for
What?
Sophie.
Oh man.
All
You
right,
know
Ben,
what?
re-roll it. Do it.
Hang on. I didn't realize that was
Wait a
part of the
minute.
bargain.
I didn't either. I didn't actually realize that either.
That's in
Sorry.
the right. It's in the
Yeah, I
text of the
believe it.
right.
I didn't realize that was part of it. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to give her dark fate. So I will take the hit. So what's max damage from this
Oh yeah.
out of the gun?
All right, Ben. On a 38, it's a hammering blow. It's going to be 22 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the last fate point to be not dead.
All right, you are once again beaten into the ground unconscious.
All right.
Anaris, your blindness ends at the top of this next round, by the way. Vanara, you've already done your turn. Have you attacked anything, Vanara? You use your shield, but did you attack anything?
I think I did. I did like.
Yeah, I think so. That's right. All right. It's the top of the round. One of you is up, and Anaris, you can see.
I'm stabbing, I guess the
One might even say that you can see clearly now. The pain is gone, except that the pain is all too real. You see, actually, next to you, Tanglebur, lying, possibly dying for a second time in the sand.
And who just hit him now?
It was one of the guys with the spear and the shield, the Black Talons.
And is he like dying too?
He's in very bad shape.
I guess I will just end his life real quick.
Okay. You may attempt to do so. How many clash points do these guys have?
What about a 94? Under 106.
Well,
94 is a failure.
94 is a failure.
All
I
90s.
forgot that all 90s are failures.
You looked way too happy.
I know.
I was very happy.
He hits you with a hammering blow, dealing 13 points of damage. All right. Who's next? I guess they're next, actually. So, Blood Frenzy number 1 is going to attack Vanara again. Or sorry, is going to attack.
Would one of us go before them? Because wasn't it one of us and the boss and
one at the top, and then everyone. One at the top, and then everyone, and then the other 3. So it is now all of their turns.
Okay.
All right. So Anaris,
Flash.
Blood Frenzy.
Yeah. I got a 66. So eat
There
that.
we go.
Critically hits. That's gonna kill this guy. You kill Mr. Blood Frenzy.
Do you need to know my max damage?
No. He had your max is more than 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's dead. Blood Frenzy number 2, having felled Tanglebur.
I would like you to attack me so I can clash and then murder him too.
Okay.
That is what I would.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
$67.
Ooh, this is weird. I also got a 67.
I think
so.
Winner goes to the player every time. Is that right?
I don't think that is right. A tie. Oh, geez. I think a tie goes to the person with the highest score overall. So I think that's you.
Yeah, I got 106.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what's your damage?
Ooh, that's nice. 14.
Oh.
And I ignored 2 points of armor.
Yep. No, that. Yeah, he's almost dead.
Oh, he's not dead yet.
No,
Almost.
he's not dead yet. All right.
Even with the ignoring of 2 points bar.
And then one of the Black Talons with Tanglebear out of the way attacks you.
Bring it. I'm like ready to just kill them all.
Kill them all. And ours goes into a frenzy.
And that is an 87.
Hits.
For 13 points of damage, ignoring 2 points of armor.
He had 1 wound remaining.
Ha.
So he's dead.
So I
Nice.
just killed 2 dudes right there. I've killed all 4 of these guys, by the way.
It's sort of like when somebody else loosens the pickle jar, but yes, you've been slaying, no question. They're down
Keep it up.
to
You're doing good.
they're down to 50% casualty.
I'm really glad that you didn't stay back with the priestess.
All right, so the other Black Talon,
Nice.
they're all gonna make an immediate morale test. The other Black Talon is gonna go first. He succeeds, and then the 2 red serpents.
That succeeds means runs away, right?
Nope, they decide to stay and fight.
Succeeds in
Okay.
staying alive.
They all decide to stay and fight. So the remaining Black Talon is attacking you, Rihanna.
All right.
This is the guy that you keep almost killing.
My clash points are off. I don't know if I have any left.
You didn't spend any of that right, so you should have full clash points again.
Okay. That's very good. Then I'm clashing.
Nobody's attacked you this round, so you should be back at full.
Okay. 66. Oh no, I rolled the wrong dice. Just a minute. One of them was the D6 for damage. That makes it 16.
I got a 25.
Man, I do not like that.
Oh.
Well, what is it?
About to tell you.
Okay. Mainly just need to know if it's more than 8.
It is a shield bash. You are going to take 14 points of damage.
I'm down.
You got fate to spend, right?
I do. I'll spend a fate point to.
All right, you are now unconscious.
All right, brother.
Brother and sister,
All right, it's just us.
just the 2 of you.
I'm gonna wait. Is it my turn now?
There are 2 archers that get to go, and they're each going to shoot at one of you.
I
So
wanna get behind her.
starting with Vonera.
Okay. I have no clash points, so
All right, well, he misses you anyway.
Okay.
Now, Anaris. You clashing?
Yeah,
Do you have clash points left?
I had 1 more.
Okay.
I got a 33 on.
All right. You critically
There's
succeed
77.
at you dodge out of the way, ducking as the arrow whistles through your hair. It is the 2 of your turn.
I'm going to use my shield once more and give 7 points to Ben and 7 points to Sophie.
I'm alive.
Dang it. I forgot how annoying the stupid shield was.
I've never used it before. This is my very first
I
time.
thought you used it in that fight with the hall, and that's how PJ's character kept getting up.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
All right.
So if Hope goes before them, do they have a chance to both go?
Well, it's about to be the one of you can go. You have 3 initiative slots at the bottom of the round, so 2 more of you can go after Hope, but Hope can still
Okay.
take an action. So yeah, you raise your shield on high, this work of ancient Amborian craftsmanship. It rings, and the gem on its face blazes out with light, washing over your companions, reviving them once again. They are still severely wounded, but they are back in the fight.
All right, I'm going to slay one of these guys with my sword.
Yeah.
12. Please don't clash. Just let me have this.
Richard never lets you have it.
I got a 36.
Ah, okay.
So that's gonna be he strikes you back with a hammering blow, dealing 10 points of damage. Don't forget your armor.
Yeah.
All right. Two of you get to go who haven't gone this round already.
I think Ben and Sophie.
I think that's yeah. Okay. Well, I assume that the bonus is still not present.
No, the right has been disrupted at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want
Well,
me to go before you?
So there's
no,
the vulture and the blood frenzy. There's the one remaining black talon warrior with a spear and a shield, and then there are the two red serpents in the back, kind of moving around trying to snipe you guys with arrows.
5.
There's four left. There's four
Four.
left.
Ben, do you want me to go first and do my right?
Sure. The big problem I'm discovering, of course, in the clash system with splitting a roll is that they have two opportunities for them to hit you back. And that seems to be the biggest problem I'm running into here, is that if I do that and they clash, they can just freaking wreck you. So I'm gonna I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack. So nearest frenzy guy.
Okay. He is not going to be clashing with you.
That is a 70 under 107, so that should hit.
How much damage do you do?
All right, so that's going to be 8 points of damage.
Oh wait. Actually, he could clash with you. Hold on. Hang on to your 8 damage. I forgot. In a blood frenzy, he gets it. Okay, yeah, you hit anyway. All right, 8 points of damage finishes him off.
Okay, finally. Excellent.
All right,
All right.
I will stab whoever.
There's that black talon that just knocked you out.
Yeah, I'm irritated at him.
He's gonna.
I can sometimes see, the goodness in things. I'm irritated. That would be a 40.
61.
Definitely irritated.
Well, he's about to irritate you more with a ruining strike. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
All right, down I go.
Do you have a fate? Do you have a fate point?
I do.
All right, you are beaten into the sand. You stand up, but you immediately take a spear butt across the face as he just beats you back into the sand, unconscious. It is now the top of the round. It is one of your turn.
Can I stab you guys?
Yes.
Let's stab the guy who's been attacking Rayon all this time.
Well, the bad news is, Arthur, he's out of clash points.
Great. Well, what about an 80?
Actually, 80 is the one number that doesn't hit on this guy.
Sure.
Special ability.
And that's gonna be 10 damage, ignoring 2 armor.
All right. Well, he had 2 hit points left, so he dead.
All right. 2 left.
There are just the 2 archers left. It is now their turn. They're going to make another morale test.
Oh man, I should have powered. No.
They are going to make a retreat up the beach, kind of firing arrows as they go, but trying to stay out of range.
Wait, can we shoot fire arrows back at them?
Do you have a bow?
I do.
Sure.
I want to try shooting them.
So first they're going to shoot, though. They're going to shoot one of the Naris.
Bunch of times.
At 25.
All right, so first one hits for 7 points of damage. And that is going to trigger a second shot. Do you want to clash against the second shot?
Sure. $49.
All right, you managed to dodge that one. All right, and then Vonara, the other one shoots at you.
Gonna dodge. Wait, do I have all my clash points?
Can you just clash, just shoot back? Does that work for archery?
I don't think so. Wait, do I have flash points yet? Or no? I don't think I have.
No.
Okay. Well,
So the first one hits you for 7 points of damage. And then he gets another attack. It's also going to hit you for 7 points of damage. All right, so they kind of slowly retreat up the beach. They are withdrawing, and you can kind of see they are withdrawing back towards the top of the dune. Kind of making their way back up, kind of winging arrows as they go. It's now 3 of your turns.
all right. I'm gonna shoot at them as they're going.
Okay.
I do not make it.
Okay.
Can we catch up with them?
Do you want to try to run forward,
I do.
catch them? All right, their move. What's your movement?
5.
Did you
Your-
use the shield?
How is your
thing?
movement 5?
No, you're right.
It's
Give me a
supposed to
second.
be
It should plus
10,
5 here.
10
so-
plus your deafness divided by 3. So
Yeah,
what's your
so-
deafness divided by 3?
All right, it's on here. All right, you're right. My movement is actually 8.
Okay. Yeah, how is your movement? Your movement should be 10 plus your deafness divided by 3.
Oh, okay. So that would be 18. Or is this? Am I still wrong?
What is your deafness score?
My deafness is 15. So
Divided by 3 is 5. So your
5.
movement is 15 yards.
Oh, okay. 15 yards.
So yes, you can. You're faster than them. I mean, we're not gonna
Okay.
play this out in agonizing detail, but you were able to run up and catch them on this round. On this next round.
All right.
So go
I will
ahead.
stab at them. Stab 1 anyway.
They have 1 clash point between them, and they're going to spend it clashing with you.
That is a 20.
I got a 21.
Ah,
Which is a sneaky assault. As you run up against one of the other one, kind of sneaks around behind you and tries to stab you in the back. You're going to take 2 attacks. The first one hits for, or no, sorry, it's a clash, so it only does 1 attack. But it hits you for 8 points of damage.
It's a lot, but I'm okay. All right.
All right, but you are engaged in close combat with them now. That is Brianna's unconscious. Anaris is already gone, so it's the top of the next round. One of you gets to go.
Oh, should I go and do my Valor thing again? I forgot to do it last time. Last turn.
Couldn't hurt.
Okay.
Might
Gonna
be
put-
useful for me. Yeah, I don't know. To
I'm
go
gonna get
there and engage the other archer before, does that make sense?
Before I take my turn.
That way they don't take Ben out, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
well, no, she's also gonna, depends on how
One
much
of
she
you gets to go, and then both the archers go. That's what Arthur's trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Arthur, if you want to go, then
So I'm just saying it might help if I'm
Yeah.
there to also soak
What's-
some of the stuff.
What's
in there.
Anaris's movement?
My movement says 6.
What is your
That's
deafness?
16
My
probably.
deafness is 9.
Divided by 3 is 3, so your movement is 13. That's just enough to
There,
catch up.
Okay.
So I'm going to spear one of the ones that
All right.
that came to in behind.
These guys don't have any clash points.
Well, I got an 88, and yeah, I'm going to actually spend 2 clash points to do an extra double D6.
What's your max damage?
My normal.
These
max-
guys have 12 hit points and no armor.
Oh, then I'm not gonna spend the 2 clash points.
Okay, so
'Cause
that
I got
guy's
16 max damage.
all right. So that guy's just dead. Anaris runs up and impales the one with the spear as it was trying to sneak up behind you and stab you in the back, Tinglever. Proving that Anaris is actually your one true love. It is now the remaining red serpent's turn. This poor bastard. He keeps succeeding his morale test.
Too brave
Even
for his
with
own good.
penalties and everything. He's just too brave for his own good. He turns towards you snarling, and in kind of the broken version of Amborian that some Naushpuri are able to speak, he says, You will never defile the shrine of the leopard god. And he lunges at you, Tegelbur, trying to plunge his blade into you.
That's 77.
Is that a critical hit?
That's a critical hit. So 18 points of damage.
Hate you so much. He is dead.
Okay.
All right. That is the deck cleared of enemies. Before we call it a night, thank you guys for being such good sports and going so long with us. Everyone, if you're still watching at home, thank you for being good sports as we play like to midnight and just slowly collapse into a heap of tiredness. How many of you got into at least one row of wounds?
I did not even fill one row of wounds.
How is that possible?
I kept getting poisoned. Oh, him.
Arthur, how's that possible?
How is that possible?
You took all those arrows.
Oh, I don't remember you saying anything about how much that did to me.
You took several arrows that were doing like 6 damage, 7 damage, 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
How much
Oh, yeah. But did they give me anything else besides that?
The poison, yeah. But I didn't. Well, anyway. But I mean, how much armor do you have?
I have 5.
What armor are you wearing?
It says that I have a shield and a leather thing. But
my dude, you do not have 5 armor.
The leather thing says, and here's the thing, I don't know, at some point this was changed. I don't know if I got something special of armor, because my leather thing has it crossed out the number 2 and it's written 3 next to it. So I assume at some point.
So it's like a crossing thing?
At some point I was given new.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's all right. All right.
My teammate started at 3. So
my shield is +2, and then the 2 is crossed out on my leather thing, and the number 3 is written. So
all right, I don't remember what that's about, but
me
all
either.
Right. So I you took so much damage after you said you were down to you were done with Valor. I'm surprised that you didn't go through a whole row of wounds, but
I have 6 wounds.
Okay. Well, I guess those arrow attacks, I mean, if they were like 5 or 6 and you had 5 armor, then like, yeah, I guess it's possible. All right. Well, in any case, everyone who took a full row of wounds, which is the other 3 of you, I guess, we need to do some scarring rolls. So this is where we will.
My old friend.
Yep. This is where we'll do this and we'll stop for the night. Real quick, Ben, roll a D100.
That's gonna be 30.
Okay. 30, and you lost into your 3rd row.
Yeah.
So that's another plus 30. So that's and you got down to only 1 rune remaining.
Correct.
So you're at 60, 75. At a 75, you have minor scarring with no lasting effect.
Wow. Okay.
Just a physical reminder of this battle. Sophie, roll a D100.
Proof that I'm getting old.
What you got?
I'm having a hard time telling what that is.
Put the camera on it.
It's my tiny dice.
Why would you use those?
Well, they were okay through most of it. That one.
I can't
see it.
That doesn't help me at all.
Okay, let me.
You want me to roll for you?
No. It would actually probably be a better roll, but I think that is a 96.
Oh, jeez.
I was trying to see if that was a 9 or a 6, but I'm pretty sure the other one's a 6.
A 96.
I'm like somehow
Sophie.
walking around cut in half and still sort of alive.
Oh,
Blinded forever. Both my hands gone. More creative.
Oh, Rihanna. Oh no.
It's my other eye.
Roll a d6.
Oh, great. 4.
One of your legs is permanently damaged. The injury is, you didn't lose your leg, but the injury is severe enough that you will be walking with a limp the rest of your life. The
Okay.
effect of this is that you permanently lose.
I've lost so many things permanently.
You permanently lose 3 clash points per round.
Oof.
Oh no!
How do you?
Points?
What's that?
How many do you have left?
2.
Okay,
Rihanna needs to
That's
hang it up.
brutal. Yeah, no.
Vanara,
You've given
roll.
everything for Prince Galal. Just go hang out with him now.
I got a 32.
roll a d100 for me, Vanara.
32.
This
I only
is
have one row filled.
You got a 33,
32.
32, and you only have 1 row filled.
Yes.
Did you get anything into the second row?
Yes, I got 2.
Okay. So that's just a plus 10. So you got a 32, 42, no major scarring. Rihanna. Oh, lady, you're killing me. All right, so this is where we're gonna leave things is you guys are on this island, and when you have some time and you want to finish this, let me know. In the meantime, events will be unfolding back in the Leopard Isles in your absence. So
All right, at least I'm not dead.
we will figure out at this point the Midnight War is on. You guys have chosen a direction and you have done your best to set the other wheels in motion. So you can give me your written orders for the people under your control, and Tenorendel is out there somewhere. Maybe out here somewhere. Maybe just over that sand dune. Maybe he's the evil mastermind behind all of this. We'll find out next time in the World Under Starlight. Thank you, everyone, for following along. If you're watching along at home and you've stuck with us this far as we're tired and can't do math in our brains anymore, God bless you. And until next time, this is Richard Rowland signing out. Good night, everyone.
Night.